You know what? This is sad. I don't even know how to get my camera and get that icon off of there. That's,
When you hover over your screen, there's a little turn off or on video, and also volume. So it's just hover over like
oh,
where I am. Yeah,
the picture should go, and I should be.
there you
Ah,
are. Hello. Okay.
thank you for that. Okay, I would have made it
We can
eventually, but
also share the screen, which is pretty cool. When you hover over here, there's a little plus. Did you see the little
yeah,
plus there?
yeah. Well, I saw that when I was up top, and I was going to click on it.
Yeah, so
So
you can share the
yeah,
screen, send files, take a picture, etc.
yeah,
But so if I share my screen, we'll do that in a bit, because then you can
yeah,
view while I'm talking and it's going to be recorded.
yeah.
So I think that's
That's
cool.
so cool.
Mm.
That is so. All right, I'm going to put full screen and get this stuff off of
I
here.
think it's good where the technology's going, hey?
Yes, huh? Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah,
a lot of hippies, if you will,
yeah, yeah.
are a bit reluctant with the technology, but in the last few years, not as much. But I live in North New South Wales, around Nimbin, which is like the most hardcore hippie place you've ever been.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God, I love
definitely
it.
the most hardcore place, probably in the world. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
Besides Jamaica, maybe, I don't know. But
I
no, it's
always wanted to go to Australia. I always
awesome
have.
place to visit, I reckon. Even though they've put cameras in and the whole that thing's happening, which is not cool, and they did mass arrests and everything
Don't
last
you
year.
know what's coming there, Ben?
Right?
Are you reading, feeding into the MSM fear propaganda there, or what?
What's MSM?
Mainstream media.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
I
into
don't
that, are
really
you?
watch TV ever. Um,
Yeah, but I mean online.
yeah, I'm very aware of what's coming. And last night, and that's why I'm a bit tired today, because last night I was actually researching some of the Netflix classics. Now, 2008, I don't know if you know Lymes.
Yes.
Yeah, with the kettle. Like basically, um, the kettle can't come out with two children male because it's just too stupid. Like we go further and further into debt, and we just waste
No,
more and more
that's
money.
not going to happen.
If we don't put 10 trillion on the balance sheet, it's obviously a joke. So what's going to happen is now is when they're introducing the New World Order, or MIEO, New International Economic Order, what most people still refer to as New World Order by the elites, right? And it's called special drawing rights. They've got big jargon names. It's not like the world currency or something simple. It's going to be called special drawing rights. So
Where did you
basically,
get this from? Where'd you get this source from?
like I post on my page saying that I'll write on this World Order thing and gain permission to do so.
Okay.
This is just the original
But we're gonna rebound like there's no tomorrow. It's gonna be like a slingshot. It, remember when I said when I said the event, and you said it was interesting. I used the word the event. Why did you say it was interesting? Because why?
because I said live and direct that Goldman came out with the event and the warning. And I
Yes.
said at first, she told you off the phone.
No, 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 no. I do it the hard way because I told you I have no ability. Sam, I know I'm a Blu-ray Indigo. I was born in 1958. I have every single trait of them. I was always a loner. I always knew something was wrong. I didn't belong. Very insecure. All of the things that go with the Blu-rays. And I've just profoundly felt that my entire life. Now, God bless my son. As I told you, I woke up in November 2012. He showed me a video from David Wilcock. David Wilcock is an incredible source. And it was just a 20-minute, but you know what? It clicked. I mean, it was a short video, but it clicked with me, and I'm like, aha. And that was it. That was the beginning of my awakening to the truth of all that is, about what's going on. Hmm? That was November 2012. So it's been almost 3.5 years now. I've been on my journey, and with no support, like treading water and going down all the different avenues, going through the phases of learning discernment the hard way, feeling like a fool, and then and slowly my intuition guiding me in the right, the synchronicities have picked up like incredibly. But the event, just FYI, the event and the World Reset, USA, I say, because that's where I am, and we're the last domino to fall here, the US of A, is going to be synchronistic. It's going to happen at the same time. And you've never read up on the event. Do you even understand? I know you understand on a level, of course you do. But what it really is indicative of, what's really going to happen at that moment, we're literally going to be touched by God. The central sun, aka Source himself, herself, is going to send oh God, I'm losing my words, but a pulse of light. It's coming through the Pleiades, directly through here, to Earth, to encompass the entire planet, each and every person. Now, since 2012 and before, we've been going through massive, well, for thousands of years actually, but 2012 was really the turning point. We were supposed to have the event at that time, but we could not because the cabal was too strong, okay? And the resistance movement just didn't realize how bad it was, and the ascension processes on other planets just couldn't work here. So they had to go way outside of every box they ever knew. I'm talking Cobra. I don't know if you've ever heard of Cobra. He's the leader of the resistance movement. He's been working with the Agartha network down in inner Earth, and all of the star nations that are sitting outside our system here. You've got the Syrians and the Andromedans, the Pleiadians are the first responders, and so on and so forth. And it goes on and on. But the event itself is to occur. They're not giving the exact date. Only one that knows that is uh, creation, source, and a few little like Yeshua, our good old buddy Jesus, and know when it's going to come. But it has to be synchronized, and that's what Cobra keeps saying. After that, I don't know if you've ever heard of Nasara, or the king of Indonesia, and I'm losing it again. The Nasara was in the process of being implemented in 1963, I believe. It was the year JFK was assassinated. JFK signed I'm going to use the word contract, but these massive documents literally freeing the people of Earth from this bound slavery that started with the Anunnaki and the control of the people. You're aware of all of that, correct? So you're very deep and spiritual on your own. I've done all this by reading and connecting, um, you know, but it's discernment, and I've gotten rid of all the chatter crap, and I've streamlined everything the way. Now there is a website I can give you. It's called Prepare for Change. I've been there since they started it, which it was right around when I woke up, and it explains all of it.
Yeah, feel free to give me the website, but for instance, I'm the current incarnation. I carry the energy of the current
Of
incarnation of Christ, which is Maitreya. That's the current incarnative energy of Christ, and that's exactly. And some people see us as a devil, Christ, because we break things down, and it goes very closely tied to the indigo system buster. You've heard
Yeah,
that
you
term
you
before?
said that.
You've heard that
Yeah.
term before?
No, you said that to me. You wrote it down when we were interacting.
Oh,
Yeah, I
did I?
remember you
Okay,
saying
well, I've
that.
written that everywhere through consciousness. That's why I'm
Hmm.
saying it again, because that's what's going on, and we're creating the new world. And there is a destructive nature to it, and that's for the new creation to be able to come through.
Exactly.
But Maitreya Christ is a different sort of energy to the Yeshua when Jesus Christ came, 2,000 years ago. Anyway, yeah, that's interesting. Your take of events. So, uh,
In other words, the event is it's going to upgrade humanity. I mean, the animals, the plants, everything. It's going to affect all of us molecularly, cellularly, our DNA. Some of us that are ready on that right consciousness level, because we're all at different levels, are going to instantly be reconnected with all 12 strands. You know, a lot of us, it'll be eventually, but we'll be upgraded in that instant. Everyone's going to feel it. Everyone's going to see it. People that are dead stone slumber and sleep, they're going to know something happened. They're just not going to know what. People that are awake, like you and I, we're going to know it was the event and what's going to transpire after that. Now, and that's going to help raise the consciousness. Yes, like you said, we have to tear down and rebuild. That's what New Earth is about. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of who sticks around. If my mission is to be completed here, then I'll be going with the tidal wave or whatever and start somewhere else, you know. But I put the intention out to be a Q angel and to be part of the fighting.
You definitely got like psychic medium energy, and you definitely like an angel, like a human angel, what people call that. And so this stuff helps you like move along your way, I reckon, because if you know who you are, you can connect to other people, you know, especially when you know who they are, and then you can actually do stuff, the great work, not just research, not just check conspiracy theories, not just, you know, that sort of level. Then you can really do great work, or magnus opus. I believe there's like a pool that we draw from, which is like soulish, and you pull out little sparks of magnum opus, I call them. You've probably never heard anyone in the world ever say that before, but you've heard magnum
No,
opus.
you're unusual, Ben.
Yeah. That's because I'm the amalgam man at the end of history, but I don't really want to go into everything like this, who I am.
You're happy.
Because people need to check my work, and we should. The thing is, I do want to focus on keeping you here. Like you just said, I hope I get to stay here, rah, rah, rah. That is what I want to focus on, and that's what I've been focusing on, because I know we're going into a biorevolution bridge, as Ray Kurzweil says, the co-director of Singularity University, and the Biorevolution Bridge 1 is what we've got now. We've got health shops popping up. We've got better supplementation. We've got, it's generally defined by slower aging. Biorevolution Bridge 1. And then there's Biorevolution Bridge 2. And number 2 is where we're de-aging. So telomere technology. You might go to the doc. Do you know what telomeres are on the end of the chromosome?
No.
Okay, so on the end of the chromosome, every time the chromosome divides, it loses this little cap, a little bit of this little cap on the end. They're called telomeres. Or, I was going to put up a Gnostic name, telomeres, yeah, basically. But
it just does reversing, you're saying?
Well, Biorevolution Bridge 2 will be about reverse aging, and one of the ways we'll do that is by stopping those telomeres from shortening, because that's actually our lifespan. Now, I've just been reading about Anunnaki and stuff, actually, and because I've been in a degree doing a Bachelor of Business IT major, so I didn't have time to delve really deep into all the Gnostic stuff, you know. That's what I get to do now, right? Yeah. I'm going to go heavy into it, and every time
basically running this planet since.
Yeah, I've read a bit about it, but just to stay on track for a second, I was reading in one of the texts that one of the aspects of this whole Anunnaki thing was that they limited man's life to 120 years, and it says that in the Bible, right? Now the telomeres, apparently we can live to about 150. So it's basically, I'm matching it to that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the correlation for me. 120 years, God said. Well, I think that's like the telomeres, because there's no other marker that I know of that's like that. It's not nuclear factor kappa B or something, or, you know, it's the telomeres that kind of refers to. So that's interesting. This sort of physical correlation can give you deeper insight into esoterics, because remember, we are physical as well. So when you read about esoteric stuff, in my opinion, people shouldn't just read the esoteric. You need to correlate, because we are living in a body.
You know, so there's always correlations, and somehow it snaps stuff in, you realise. So something's going to come for me on that soon. Something more will evolve. I'll realise something to do with that. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. So anyway, yeah, these telomeres, they divide, the chromosome divides and they shorten, and that's basically our lifespan. And apparently we naturally, if say you had good food, stress-free life, all the good stuff, you could live to about 150 years. Okay, so that's the general sort of lifespan that the scientists say, based on the telomeres solely. Now, a technology to help that is already existing, and that's the Super Pill 1 and 2 by Ron Tiergarten. I don't know if you know him. Well, he's a herbalist who does Taoist tonic herbalism in America, and he's probably one of the leading guys in America for doing that. He works with David Wolf on the Longevity Now conference, so that's how you can find his videos. And they've got some of the best health videos that are around today. I think, in my opinion, David Wolf is leading the charge in health in the world. You've got Dr. McCullough, you know him?
Yep.
Yeah, well, see, he's been invited to the longevity conferences to talk with David Wolf. David Wolf's the host. But from what I can gather, David Wolf really lived it for the past 30 years, like he was really doing it, and you'll see when you watch the videos. Anyway, there's not a discussion on him. So one of the technologies is already here. Now, what's it got in it? The Super Pill has astragaloside 4, specific compound to stop the telomeres shortening. So that's just another insight. So if you can source astragaloside 4 from elsewhere, be my guest. You know, obviously, do it. If I find it anywhere, well then yeah. So astragalus is good if you can grow astragalus, and yeah. So that's one interesting thing. So that's part of already this bridge, the slower, because that's a pill that exists now. So BioBridge.
I just wanted to interject too, as well as you were really pushing for full disclosure. And it's not just about our galactic family. It's about everything. And people will be in such shock. That's why they're afraid to do full disclosure. They want to do soft.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I say bullshit. You know, just put it all on the
plate. Yeah, definitely.
Stop. If you have a heart attack, you have a heart attack. You're done. You know, you're trying to spill. You know, you need to know what's going on here. And with that being said, once full disclosure is out, there's been about 80,000 hidden far advanced technologies hidden now for, I think it's 40 to 60 years. If I'm correct, I think it's 60 years. They've been in existence. They've been here and held by the cabal, used by the cabal.
Yeah, since Roswell and all
they
that.
Love it.
I know.
Yeah, and they've kept it from us. Now those will be released. That will help all mankind is supposed to be able to heal.
Yeah.
Healing machines, everything. Anything with it. Replicators, I want a nice big fat, you know.
I can't wait for a replicator.
Marsala egg.
Did you see the video I posted on Conscious Zine? It was the disclosure conference in the congressional hearing last night.
No, when did that take place?
I don't know, but I actually posted it's the top of the Conscious Zine page, and it was a congressional hearing. I have my own opinions on it, and we're not going to go into that because that's definitely beyond
this. Because they had that a few years ago. I don't know if that's another one, or if it's Stephen Greer. And,
no, he wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be a new one.
Check it out. I didn't see yours.
Yeah. So it might be a new one, but anyway. So BioBridge 2 is about de-aging. So we've got the pills now, but what's going to come then? Well, you'll go to a doctor, there'll be nanobots going in you. By the way, by 2040, Ray Kurzweil reckons that nanobots will be more efficient than your red blood cells. When I read that, I went, what? Anyway, so whether or not that happens accordingly and perfectly in 2040, I don't know. But it's on the horizon, and that's what I'm saying. That will happen one day, that nanobots go in you and they fix stuff. So that's another technology that'll be part of the reverse aging. They'll go in there, they'll put you back 20 years. They'll clean out gunk. It's like they're going to detox like you've never been detoxed before.
Yes.
Because it's intelligent detoxing. It'll be full targeting, right? And so that puts you back another 20 years. So you de-age then. So then in 20 years from then, you can view all this on a graph. Aubrey de Grey has a really good talk on this. Aubrey de Grey. If you just Google his thing, and actually if you watch my exobiological conundrum talk, you can see the video I'm referring to because I had him on the start of the video. So I'll give you the link later. But so anyway, that's actual reversing technology. And then what that does is put you another 20 years ahead, right? And then in that 20 years, the tech's caught up. Then you might go for a doctor's appointment where you get 40 years more. And then in the 40 years, you get another 60. Do you see what I'm saying? So it lengthens and lengthens. Apparently, my age group's on the cusp of, they say, being able to live 1,000 years because of that whole thing. If you make it, if you make each
If we make
step.
it 5D, yeah, we can live 1,000.
No. If you make each little step. Did you hear what I said? So you go to the doctor, you reverse age 20 years. Then in 20 years from that date.
That's a lot.
Yeah, this is just an example. So then in that next 20 years, after 20 years, you go again, the technology's increased so well that it gives you 40 years. Then in that next 40 years, 60. And this is just a rough example. It's actually going to be better than that, apparently. It's going to be 20, then 150, and then more.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
It's an exponential trend, which is not an asymptotic trend necessarily, but I think it's also an asymptotic trend, which means it's.
I wish it was like right now, so I could because I don't do doctors. That's what I was going to tell you. Is I'm struggling.
Well, listen. This is the point.
With the pain management, because that's the one last leg I'm on is a pain pill, so I can function.
No, you don't want a pain pill. The pain pill is meditation. The pills are meant to.
You're right.
The pills are for your dense second dimensional body, and these are for nutrition. Okay, so like meditation is the answer to what pain is, and grounding. Do you know about grounding?
Yeah, I ground. Yeah, every day. I believe.
Okay, how often do you ground?
I try to do it every day.
Once a day?
I try to go out in my bare feet, the front lawn.
What do you do?
By 5 grams.
Okay, what do you do when you're grounding?
I put my hands, bare feet, my hands, and whatever comes to me at the moment. I usually, I close my eyes and I focus the white Christ consciousness, the white golden rays coming in through my crown, going through each of my chakras,
Okay.
out to my feet, and I talk to Mother Earth, Gaia, Sophia is supposedly her true name, to help ground me. I thank her and send her love, and coil, right down to her core in my mind, and give her love and gratitude.
Okay.
And I do that. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it for an extensive period of time, but I spend a long time doing it, but I can feel the energy coming into my hands.
Yep. How long do you do that for? 15 minutes, an hour?
No. Just I do it and hope I'm grounded because I don't know.
Yeah, how long for?
Just for like a couple of minutes.
Okay. So this is how I do it.
Do this longer?
So let me depart how I do it.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling younger. There's a difference between our actual age, I'm 30, and our biological age. Now, Ray Kurzweil is called the transcendent man because in the last 16 years, he aged only 2 years biologically. There's all these markers they use, inflammation, all this stuff. So there's all these markers in the body they use for that, and that's a well-known thing. You can search it on the internet. There's a difference between your age and your biological age, right? So I actually have felt like I'm really doing something. Like I think I've really figured it out. So what I reckon is every 4 to 6 hours you need to ground.
Really?
Yeah.
Earth heals you, or Mother Earth heals us.
So what it is there's two different types of ionization. There's anions, and they have negative charge. And then there's cations or cations, and they have ovipositrons, so they're a positive charge. Okay? So when the atmosphere is positive charge, and it's rusting us, that's the theory of aging, oxidation, and that's why we take antioxidants. You've heard about antioxidants, I'm guessing, yeah. So when we connect to Earth with our bare feet, and also your tailbone sometimes, I'll stretch, you do yoga, etc. While I'm down there, I actually do yoga every single time I ground, I'm stretching stuff. I just do random yoga. I don't do all the asanas. I'm not a stiff person doing what they tell me. I do what I feel for my body. It might be this is sore and I'll do Qigong stuff and etc. You feel yourself. So basically what's happening is it's negative reanionization, a negative charge, and you're pushing off the positive charge. Now you can feel this, and the more you do it, the more you can feel it. Just like the better you eat, the more sensitive you get, the more you can work with crystals, etc.
Sometimes I lay flat out also.
Yeah.
Right on the ground.
I do that too. I've laid flat out. I'll do all kinds of yoga stretches.
But yeah, you gotta understand, I understand what you're saying with meditation, absolutely. But I've got arthritis like head to toe.
Okay.
Sometimes I get up in the morning, it's just hurts to walk to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
My feet hurt, everything hurts. So to lay on the ground is an effort to get back up.
So this one is very treatable.
One of my diseases.
Yeah, okay, we're going to go through them, because this is very treatable arthritis, more so than the establishment will tell you. They're way behind us. They're way behind. And the way we actually, let me finish grounding first, because it's part of treating arthritis.
Yes.
It actually is part of treating arthritis. So every 4 to 6 hours, I've found, because I'm on the computer all day, this thing is putting you through the worst cycles. These are really bad cycles. This is spitting out this electricity. So I never have it on my lap. Like, you might...
Like I do?
Yeah, but, we're on it.
I do use Organite.
Oh, really? Cool.
I protect myself. I'm surrounded by crystals and Organite sage. I bless the house. I do it all,
Beautiful. That's all very helpful, and definitely Orgonite. I can't wait to get my own Orgonite. I can't wait to get a zapper. Okay.
I bought my own stuff to make it Organite too. But
So-
there's a method. If you don't do it right, it's like worthless. So
Yeah.
anyway, but keep going.
Okay, so the Orgonite definitely would help you with the grounding, by the way. I don't have one, so I haven't been able to test it and then tell you what to do yet. Okay? So look out in talks in the future, because I'm sure I'll get to experiment with it, because the Earth keeps giving me stuff to experiment with to heal people, because I'm going to be a very magnificent healer, I have a feeling, and I think I already am. Thanks. So every 4 to 6 hours, this is what I've felt is the thing to keep me so clear. I feel so good, and if I don't do it, I don't feel as good. I start to get grumpier. I start to get aches and pains.
Yeah.
However, when I do this, I don't have aches and pains. It's amazing. You have to do it longer than a few minutes, and it's not about the energies coming from anywhere up there, your hands, or in your heart, anything. What it's about is reanionization from the earth up, right? And it's pushing it off you, okay? So it's not just about, now I do what you do too. I accept energies from my crown and stuff as well. But that's not what it's about. That's what you're clearing for. So you kind of do that during it, but you're focusing on pushing out the positive charge, and you can feel the difference. And you push. So say you push, and you get a little pain in the crown or something. Then you fix your crown. Say you get a little pain in your shoulder, then you massage your shoulder, because you're working through the toxins through the area. Okay, so and then what this positive charge does is it actually decoagulates your blood. It's proven, David Wolf's got the research on it after only half an hour. All blood types he did it with, and you can go watch his talks, and they have the pictures of the blood. The blood was like this, or like scrunched up, and then after half an hour, all the individual blood was decoagulated.
Isn't that fascinating?
I went, yes.
And everyone thinks you're crazy. I was pushing grounding. I was so excited about it.
It's definitely.
They have a website where you can buy grounding products.
Yes.
Sheets for your bed. Yeah. Awesome.
So that's good to do that, but always, and that's because we're about to go into space and the Mother Earth is preparing us for space. But it's always best while we're here still to stand directly on her. And so you're on the right track, definitely. And don't get discouraged by anyone else telling you anything. Don't worry about what they're doing.
I'm sorry for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's so
do I. Love and healing and light.
let them do their own thing, because you're focusing on you, and that's got to do with great work. You can't be distracted by everything in the world. So what we're doing is negative charge, and it's decoagulating the blood, and it's taking all pain away. Now, obviously, and as de-inflammation, everything, every pain, every disease is associated with positive charge. Okay? So everything is associated with positive charge. So when we do, and inflammation, which positive charge makes, so that you can just stop at the first one. But if you look into science, everything's associated with inflammation. You start reading the journal articles, inflammation. It's every disease, everything is associated with inflammation. Ask Dr. McCullough, message him, email him. He'll tell you the same. So what the earthing is the base. First, it's said like this, that before you eat anything, your water should be perfect, and obviously your air, but your water and your salt. And salt and salt. Sea salt's great. And salt is a crystal, and it's the golden crystal age. Now, I've in other videos gone into relevance of why it's the golden crystal age, not just the golden age. We're going to have monoatomic gold, ormus, superconductive alchemical blood enhancement for spiritual enhancement. You're going to have nano cage delivery for diabetic medications via gold cages. There's more. And then there's the crystal side, DMT for vision, etc.
Oh, I love
silica. Silica is very important. It's also a crystal.
Yeah, that's I've diatomaceous earth for that.
Yeah, no.
Also,
actual silica that you can drink, orgono silica is the
you can drink diatomaceous earth.
But it's different. Yep. It's going to dry your system out.
You're talking about liquid. Is that what you mean?
I'm talking about pure monomethyl orgonosilica. That product is the best in the world, and you've got it in America. I had to order it over here because in the chemist here, all they have is silica dioxide. What's that? What's going on there? Well, with silica dioxide, it's attached to 2 oxygen atoms. What's the major theory of aging? Oxidation.
Yeah.
I just went, you idiots. Yeah, and I asked the girl, I said, what's going on with this before I bought it? And she said, well, this is the cheapest one. I was telling her about orgonosilica, and she goes, well, this is how they say it absorbs in your body. They put it in this gel with dioxide. And I just went, oh my God, you people don't know.
I think she said that.
You people don't know what you're doing. And so...
Where did you end up finding it? Where did you buy it from?
On the internet, from America.
Do you remember the site?
Orgono silica.
Orgono?
Yep.
Like organite?
No, just that's their brand.
Yeah, just like it sounds. Okay. Gotcha.
So this is also a crystal.
It must be pretty pricey.
It's $90, but it's 60 things, and I don't care. You pay for it now, or you pay for it later with everything you've got. Your life.
Oh yeah.
What do you want? What would you rather? I've chosen.
Yeah, I'm willing to when I can. I do. I don't ban eyelash, especially something like that.
So let's keep going because we're going to roll into arthritis here. Now the silica, what's that got to do with arthritis? And we'll get back to what the grounding's got to do with arthritis, and then we'll go even more into arthritis. So the silica The silica is the missing. There's a calcium myth out there, and if you look at, so I don't know if you drink milk.
No, no.
Okay, cool. So
The only thing I resorted to is like coconut milk,
Yep.
if I have to, or hemp milk.
Yep.
Or,
All good. Okay. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So there's a calcium myth out there. And there's a big study that they did across multiple Scandinavian countries. My background is Dutch. I was born in Australia, and I know very well that the Dutch love cheese. They're cheese makers in their clogs, in their windmills, right?
I have a hard time with cheese. Yeah, I love cheese.
I used to live in Holland for 3 years when I was younger. I know what's going on there. So they've done this big Scandinavian study across Finland, Switzerland, Sweden, Holland, Scandinavians, and because they eat a lot of dairy products in general, they had, and it's mainly the cheese, it's mainly the milk, and it's the over-calcification, and this attributes, we'll go into that in a second for arthritis, because that's what arthritis is.
It makes sense.
It's an over-calcification. We'll go into it in detail in a second. But so they've done a big study of the Scandinavian countries, and it found that they had a higher osteoporosis rate. And it's because of the dairy. So there's a calcium myth out there. I grew up, everyone in society said, milk's good, drink milk, you need calcium, calcium's good. And that's all that was said ever. It's good for your bones because your bones are calcium phosphate, so it makes sense. However, this is
But it's cow. No.
Listen,
It's just
so this is an oversimplification. We're not simple beings. Where's the phosphate? If the bones are calcium phosphate, well, where's the phosphate, firstly, just as an obviation? But let's get deeper into this. So silica is a rubbery energy. It's like vitamin K in kale. You've eaten kale, and it's rubbery,
Okay, it's great.
and it's like rubbery. Do you see that energy in kale? I definitely do. Now, that's why vitamin K, too, is good for bones, and also silica. Now, silica and vitamin K have this wobbly energy. What's osteoporosis? The brittleization of the bone. So it's an opposing energy to the problem. Therefore, the silica is the solution, and the vitamin K. And also, let's just quickly discuss what's good for bones, just real quick. So if you drink a lot of coffee, it's acid, it strips your body of alkaline minerals, such as...
My pH is very low.
Yep,
Very acidic.
Yep, so the coffee is the #1 perpetrator in the world, and it's definitely a drug. And, when coffee first came out, it was associated with rowdy bars. Yeah, and so when we drink a lot of coffee every day, which I don't do, I drink coffee about once a month, once every 2 months to re-acidify my stomach, because the stomach's an acidic environment. The mouth is not, it's a slightly alkaline environment, just to let you know. So with the bones, quickly before we move on, the coffee is stripping the minerals out of your body. So what it does, it strips the calcium, it strips the vitamins, the minerals which are alkaline, the magnesium, etc. So magnesium is very important for your bones as well, and there's a huge deficiency in the world, and I'd say to you, get on magnesium. It's the spark of life. It'll change the way.
Magnesium, I brought up ancient minerals, the best site on the planet.
Okay, all right.
That comes straight from the Dead Sea.
Oh, sounds pretty good.
It's
Thanks for that. I'll look it up after.
Yeah, ancient minerals.
Okay.
Excellent.
I think I've landed on that website before now that you mentioned that name. I don't know what I was
I
looking
bought
at.
everything. I bought the Epsom salt soap. I bought the direct oil gallon back when I could.
Beautiful.
All of that. Wonderful.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. No
Um,
pills.
Okay. So,
That's stomach.
yes, so you have to cut back on the coffee because it's just draining your alkaline minerals.
I did for a while. I looked up. I ordered Damiana tea
Oh,
and
yeah.
marshmallow root.
Yeah.
It's good for my bladder.
Yeah.
I ordered those. So I do have a loose sleep, and I was making my teas there.
Nice.
So I'm going to get back to that. I will listen to you.
Beautiful. No, that sounds good, and marshmallow is definitely good. It's got other properties too, but so, and yeah, phosphate's important, and we get that in things like phosphorus is also important, which translates to that, which is from things like onion. So when you're eating onion, there's something called sulfon hydroxyl thion, and thion's a portmanteau, so you have to figure it out and look it up on the internet. But sulfon hydroxyl thion's why the American fighter jets can't eat onions and garlic before they fly, because it desynchronizes the brain hemispheres.
That's crazy.
Why is that bad? Because what do we know we create in between the brain hemispheres? The rainbow bridge, the antakarana. It's called the higher mind. When we connect both brain hemispheres, and today we've definitely got too much left brain thinking. The society is a desouled system. It's a left brain thinking system, etc. So the antakarana is very important. But so it desyncs that. So if you're about to go into meditation, you don't eat garlic for days before. You don't have white. You don't have white, green, or brown onion, but red onion has far less hydroxyl thion. So sulfon hydroxyl thion. So you can eat red onion in a salad, and that's where you should probably spend most of your time in the onion and garlic world. I do garlic sort of cleanse once every couple of months, unless I'm targeting something, and we're going to talk about that in a second with arthritis, by the way. Unless I'm targeting something, I usually don't have garlic that often. It's got up to 39 antibiotics found in garlic. Up to 39 antibiotics found in garlic, so that's amazing.
I've got a tip for you too.
Hey?
I have a tip for you too when
Yeah,
you're ready.
tell me.
Mediterranean oregano oil.
Yeah, oregano is awesome. I use oregano as,
Oil.
yeah, oil is always the
It's
best.
extremely potent, and it's the best antibiotic, natural antibiotic on the planet. Organic, non-GMO, Mediterranean oregano oil. With at least, they say 82% Carvacol and higher. I have 85%.
Okay.
Excellent stuff. Very concentrated, 3 drops under your tongue. Swish it down with water. Don't get it on your lips or grab the coconut oil because it burns like a bitch. But it's very concentrated. And it will kick ass.
Nice.
I found the best price on eBay at $8 a bottle. They get $40, $50 a bottle.
Okay, what's up? Can you type that in and tell me where to buy that?
Sure.
And people can see it in the screen as well?
Where the hell do I type?
Just in the bottom. Can you see where the little smiley face is? Paperclip and smiley face?
Smiley face.
And a paperclip. Down the bottom of like our screen, there's a little chat section where you can
No
type.
smiley for me. You know what? I hit the paragraph thing and moved it over here.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay.
There you are.
I type better when I don't look.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's psychic. That's for sure. That's psychic medium behavior as well, I reckon.
I typed almost 100 words a minute when I graduated high school in 76.
Nice.
5%. Carvacol. Mediterranean oregano oil on eBay. Now I think it's about 4 ounces. 4 ounces. I'm just going to do $9 plus with shipping. That's on eBay. But organic Mediterranean oregano oil. It is so concentrated. Really, really concentrated.
Okay.
If you feel like you're getting sick,
Yeah,
do that immediately.
I agree. You've also got olive leaf extract, obviously, but I love oregano because of the antibiotic nature and that numbing. It's like antiseptic and anesthesic. Anesthesic, that's the part that I love about it, because not everything has anesthetic properties. Thyme,
Oh yeah, that'll kill it.
Like, not even lemon myrtle has anesthesic properties.
Wow.
Because I've noticed thyme and oregano, I eat these things raw, and I just eat them. And
That's wonderful.
and those two both are similar, but oregano is number one, in my opinion. In my opinion, oregano is number one, and I take a handful. If I feel any sort of sore throat, I'll go into meditation, and I'll take a handful of that if I've got it available. And that's
Well, if I knew what I knew now and I was your age, man, I'm almost double your age.
I wish I knew,
but you can't.
Yeah.
That was yesterday, but
Also,
also the colloidals, the gold and silver.
yeah, the colloidals are great. Colloidal silver,
Vinegar.
yeah, I know about all them. We can talk about them too, but
I gotta be quiet.
we'll come back to them actually, because they're always good to discuss, because a lot of people don't know like in depth about them. The colloidal silver actually kills up to 600 pathogens. 600!
I give it to my animals as well, along with the diatomaceous earth.
Nice.
Kills their worms.
Yeah, diatomaceous earth. You got to be careful with diatomaceous earth, but read about it. You can't have too much, and it dries out your system and stuff, so it can do damage.
Yeah, it can dry you out.
So anyway, let's keep going, because we're closing in on arthritis here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we mentioned grounding, and grounding de-inflames the entire body, all systems. The earth scans you. Every time I notice this, it starts talking to me, it starts giving me visions. I clear and I clear and I clear. Now after about 15 minutes, I can be usually good enough. Sometimes you need an hour.
Wow.
But remember what the decoagulation showed, it was about half an hour. So 15 minutes to half an hour is generally the sweet spot, and that's not going to ruin your day too much, it's something manageable. Like, you can't every day sit for an hour 2 times a day. We're too busy sometimes, So what I do is I do break it down into the 4 to 6 hour slot as much as I can, because I don't have a desk job, etc. Some people will find it harder, obviously. And then if you find it harder, you do the hour at the end of the day on the beach or something, and on forest soil as well. You need to switch it up. You clear on the beach first, and then you go to the forest soil, by the way.
I'm in Florida. There's not too much forest around here.
Oh, well.
But I do the best I can.
The beach is pretty good. Yeah, but just in your backyard, just on soil after sand. So the sand's different with crystals, and then you go into the soil, and it's humus. It's a different energy.
Yes.
And the soil humus is what I really was trying to get at. And the mineral energies, that's why I said forest soil, because it's the epitome. It's got all the minerals in there, and you've got all the energy shoot up through you and stuff. So actually, without eating the minerals, that can heal you. It's very interesting. I'm not saying that puts minerals into you, but those energies. So, it's just like when you work with a crystal. So grounding has got it goes a long way to stopping arthritis, because you're going to get inflamed. Things are touching, things are creaking. Now, what's arthritis? Now, this is why David Wolf's like really leading the pack. No one else in the world has said this. And he's proved it now. I've seen one of his latest lectures where he showed the little pictures. Yet again, I love when they do that. They bring it really into the physical, and they say, "No, you're wrong. Look," And so it's not just airy fairy or anything. Yeah. So they're called calcites, and they're actual little cold polyp-like things. They make nano cages. They make cages of mercury, arsenic, uranium to protect themselves.
Those little bitches.
What a shock. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, you little, I'm like, unbelievable.
I know, every time I hear the word nano, you know, with nanotechnology, I was thinking of this before when you're talking about the positive aspect. There's the very dark aspect and a very light aspect to nanotechnology.
Yeah.
And I just cringe because of the chemtrails and what it's doing.
Yeah, the chemtrails and all that.
Stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But there's just so much more wonderful stuff that's available that people don't know about, that you're talking about. That's so awesome, you know?
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. We can lobby against chemtrails, we can spread awareness about chemtrails, but in the end, what you can do for yourself now is possibly more important in a way. I mean, you can do that stuff as well, but people seem to really overemphasize on it, and I want to tell them to just find a little bit of balance and look more into yourself for a little bit more. And I believe this is a large way to heal the world, by healing ourselves. The old selfish strategy is actually a selfless strategy in a way, only because we've become so toxic. Anyway, so let's keep going. So these things are calcites, and we're basically an upright walking column of salt water. We have a reef environment in us. It's like a coral reef in there, and what these calcites do is exactly like a polyp on a coral reef. They build coral, and that's arthritis in the joints, and that's why people use gua sha. Have you heard of the gua sha tool? It's a tool that digs in. It's like this. People probably used to make them out of ivory and stuff as well, but it's like a plastic thing. And you push on your skin and you push into things. Just look it up on the internet. Here, let's just put a picture up. See if we can just quickly gua sha so people can see.
So it's just something you maneuver and manipulate on your skin to bring relief?
Yeah, I'll show you. We're going to share the screen.
You're talking about spurs. Well, I have burrs.
Can you see my screen?
Well, so far I'm looking at your birthday cake. It's coming up. It's going around in circles. Yep, there it is. Gotcha.
So you'll get red marks the first time you do this stuff, which is just the blood vessels. It's good though. Yeah, there's the suction. But see, this is the gua sha. Just this little tool that you push on your skin, and you push it in your joints. Okay?
Yeah, painful. Yeah. Just touching me is painful. I also have fibromyalgia.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You need to do this sort of stuff because it's only getting worse, and what this does is actually push them out. Now, what happens when you release these little guys? So you crumble up a coral reef, you punch a bit of coral and it crumbles, right? That's what we're doing here. And then what? Well, the current, usually, of the ocean would take it away, or it might decay on the floor. Now, we don't want it to decay on our floor, right? And that's what apoptosis is. By the way, cannabis oils and stuff even are efficacious for apoptosis, which is the proper cell death. It's sped up cell death. It's not lysis. Lysis is cell death by enzymatical action. Apoptosis is a bit different. So, and lysis would be involved. And that's for lysis, to increase lysis, and this is good because this cleans our body. This is like a natural detox without taking anything. Well, what you would take actually is papaya carica because it's got protease enzymes. Protease enzymes, stuff like that. Things with enzymes, you would start fermenting. Do you ferment?
It's funny you're saying things I was reading last night. You know, I've always known about papaya, but it's just the synchronicities.
So papaya has 50 amino acids, 50. And that's huge. I haven't found another food with 50 amino acids. Yeah, and so you can eat the whole tree. The whole thing's edible. You can eat the leaves. I eat the leaves and they taste disgusting. But it's disgusting. But so what you would do is put it in a smoothie, but just eat the fruit. The fruit's good enough. It's good enough. By the way, papaya, what we do here in Australia, we get the papaya seeds and they're actually pepper. You dry them out, put them in your pepper thing and it's pepper. Try it out.
No kid.
No, try it out.
No. shit.
Yeah, and it's just like pepper. It's basically exactly the same. And it's probably a bit better for you because it's less irritating in the gut probably than actual black peppercorn. So as you age, for probiotica and for your gut, that's probably a good strategy for you, by the way.
I'll have to remember that. I do buy all organic peppercorns, everything.
But yeah, so why not do it that way? Because then your peppercorns are free. And papaya, carrot trees, pawpaw trees, they grow so fast. Like these things just, like they grow, they've got those big leaves. Once they get the
My
big
neighbor
leaves.
has a papaya tree. Yeah, she gives me
So get a cutting. I think you can grow it from cutting. I'm not sure.
Oh,
But
yeah, I'm going to
try
ask
it.
her. I'm going to ask her because she's great in the garden. So, yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
Well, papaya carica is definitely one of my top favourite trees. Because all these reasons, it's got the enzymes, 50 amino acids, and it's a meaty, fleshy fruit that like can fill you up a bit. You can put it on a salad. You can. It's just a great tree. And
Yeah,
use it,
and it's great in smoothies as well.
and because I'm a shaman, I thought this is one of my favourite trees because you can get the branch, and it's hollow, and you can get the leaf, and you can put it in the branch, and you can smoke it. Seriously.
Shaman, I like how you introduced that.
Yeah, but seriously, yeah, and it's very shamanic. It's a very shamanic tree because it's got a lot of uses, and you can just tell that's what I call a shamanic tree. It's epitomizing it, and you can even smoke it. And it'll give you a lackadaisical, relaxing sort of thing going on. I wouldn't smoke too much of it, but just, hey, try it if you want.
Well, what do you do? Just dry the leaves out by themselves, or you like toast them in the oven under the, what do you do? Naturally dry them out?
Yeah, I used to use a dehydrator, and by the way, is that an electric smoker thingy?
It's a vapor, and I know you're going to talk about that. It's a vaporizer. I quit cigarettes after 50-something years with this. So I think this is way better than the smoke. So I'm going to stick with this, and hopefully I can overcome this.
What do you got in there?
I like butterscotch flavors, butterscotch caramel flavoring. It's a liquid.
Oh, okay. So it is an e-cigarette. Yeah, they're really bad for you.
I'd love to have it. There's some cannabis paste. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be way better because that stuff's really bad for you.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I brought up the fact I gave up cigarettes after 50 years.
Well, I'm not here to,
45 years I smoked.
Well, I'm not here to say you're a bad person because you're doing that, but just be aware that it's not good for you. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So the arthritis are these little calcites, so you don't want to leave the broken down coral on the sea floor in your body, so to speak, and because that degrades other systems, you get free radicals, you get a whole lot of stuff going on, and essentially then you're just creating gunk. So once you do this gua sha or really deep tissue massage is basically what it is, and you push into all these areas, what do you do then? Well, then in the ocean it would maybe clear out via the current. We don't really have that so much. Yeah, you can drink water and do that action. So what we want to do is get smart about it. So we add lemon.
Yes, lemons.
Not only is lemon alkalizing, hint, hint, Eleanor.
Yes, I know it is. I was trying to drink it every day.
So,
first day, yeah.
Yeah, so not only is apple cider vinegar and lemon the thing that I'd recommend for this once you break up the stuff, wash yourself with lemon water, drink 1.5 liters. Do it. It's medicine. This is so you don't have to go to the chiropractor in 10 years and sit on his table and go, ow, ow, ooch, ow. Right?
Now, who am I going to have do this, this manipulation?
The gua sha. Well, you could do it on yourself. You could do it on yourself if you really wanted to. I would. I'd do it on myself.
My shoulders are very painful. I can't even sometimes...
Well, get your husband.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your husband.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to give a normal massage.
Oh, God.
He's bad.
Jesus. Bad husband.
too stressed.
Okay.
He's too much,
Well,
like you said,
well,
3D thing.
Well, if this is sore, then do it with the other one.
I'm going to try ambidextrous, yes.
Yeah, well, a friend or, I don't know, maybe go see a professional. So it's up to you. That's on your hands, and you can figure that out for yourself, because I'm not your body, I don't know.
Never heard of that, so thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So once we break up the coral, and these little animals that are polyps with these cages around them, remember? They've got toxic cages around them. They also pile up where you've got the most pain. There'll be a lot in your neck and stuff, and that's why I do ETF, emotional freedom technique. I do just body electrics, which is holding an area until the pain goes away. Acupuncture.
Yes, I really
It's
wanted
the
to
base,
know the, what do you call it?
meridians, meridian points and stuff like that, yep.
Yeah,
Definitely
but there's a
helpful.
name for the method. They do it massages, reflexology.
Yeah, reflexology is great. And that's also what it's got to do with, because it's body electrics and, yeah, it's reflexological as well. And so what we're doing is we just hold an area until the pain goes away. Now, these little calcites will be there, and this is like the gua sha. So you don't even have to buy the tool. You can just use your fingers. But the tool is obviously better, it's harder, and it won't hurt you as much. You'll be able to do it longer.
I have done that. Something that hurts and I'll apply pressure to it. Yeah, it's like kneading out a knot
Yeah.
in your back. Same basic principles.
It's the basis of acupuncture. That's what body electrics is. It's the basis of acupuncture, basically. And the meridian points and reflexology, yep. So, by the way, when we're grounding, this point here is the grounding point. And it's kidney, what does it correlate to? Kidney 1.
Really?
Yeah. And what that means is Jing energy. We'll come back to the arthritis in a second because this is interesting. Jing energy, do you know about Jing energy? This is from Taoism, and Jing energy is like container energy. It's you know how you hear of Qi being life force energy?
Right.
So Qi is movement energy. It's your metabolistic sort of energy, and it's a flowing. Jing energy is like a container. Now you have yin and yang of each energy, but we're not discussing that right now. We have Jing, which is your container, which comes up into you, and then in the lower Danjian, which is those lower chakras put into one point, you have 3 Danjians. The lower, the gut brain, the heart brain, and the crystal room. Okay, so the lower Danjian turns Jing into Qi or Qi. Then your middle Danjian turns Qi or Qi into Shen, which is aura. Okay, it's auric, that feeling energy. Then your top Danjian here, the crystal room turns, and this I've heard no one say, no one talks about this for some reason, it turns into Wu Ji. And I can just imagine a monk sitting in a cave long ago going, meditating, going, Wu Ji. I don't know. It just came to me like that. Anyway, so, and I call it, and because why? Because you start ticking over. When the energy moves into the crystal room, you start getting vision, and you're hurtling through vision. And it's like, whoa, gee, what am I seeing? And I call it cosmic tinkering force. Let me, Benjamin Cowberg, name it now. Cosmic tinkering force. Woo gee. No. So that's it. So it goes from Shen and then to Wu Ji. So obviously the complete human has a balance of these, right?
Yes.
We don't just want to be down in the bottom Danjian or in the heart or this or that. So it's all about balance. And anyway, so Jing energy has got to do with the kidneys. If you look into Chinese herbalism, it's got to do with the kidneys. And so when we're grounding, there's that connection to Jing. We come and you feel this, and you'll start to feel why it's a container energy. You feel like you come back into yourself and you're like, It's not like chi. Chi is like boo, fa, fu, fa, ha. Alright, so, and then there's shen and wuji. So, you'll feel the jing nature of
G is more
grounding.
of a thud.
Huh?
G is more like a thud instead of
What's that? Jing?
because it's contained.
Yes, it's not, it's what Muhammad Ali used in the last round. It's what you use after you use your chi. It's your reserve, it's your container. That's right, it's where you pull from. And so that's really, in my opinion, sort of the real life force energy, because that's where you're pulling from. It's like, it's your container. That's all you got.
I was told by the first energy healing I had, which, oh gosh, it had to be 2.5 years ago. Something's up with my kidney. I just put it denial mode.
Oh no, not denial.
Nothing wrong with my kidneys. I'm using the power of thought and word. Like when I go to say I have a headache, I'm like, no, I don't have a headache.
Oh god.
Even though I'm like ready to vomit, it hurts so
Oh,
bad. No, I
no.
don't. I'm using the power of thought and word.
Well, you know, I can't really help you with that except meditation does. In my opinion, meditation really helps with that sort of thing. It makes you see yourself.
For like 50 years, Ben. They're so bad sometimes I'll projectile vomit.
Yeah.
Pain is so bad.
So,
And I passed, so I don't know why I get them.
well, just Google migraines and stuff. There's a lot of info out there. I can do that after for you. I'm happy to do that actually after for you because I haven't looked into it that much, but I know a few things. But, so I will do that after actually because I'm interested in it as well, and we'll see what I can dig
I've
out.
done almost everything. If you can find something, I've done it all.
Have you tried Raza 5's Gold Ring meditation, the Violet Flame one?
No.
It's very soothing.
I have a lot in my queue.
Okay, well it's very soothing. It's only
Have
5.
it in your subscription?
Yep. I've made a video called 4 Efficacious Meditations.
Okay. I saw that.
And it's the first 2 meditations because I doubled it up because I recognize sometimes we have a cognitive dissonance and you don't accept it the first time. So I put it on back to back and then it goes into the other meditations so that you really do it. Yeah, you got to think what you're doing sometimes. As a healer, you can't just. And that one's really soothing. Anyway, what were we talking about? Jing. So grounding in Jing is very important because that's just your general like length of what you and what you can pull from. If you've got less Jing, you can't create as much Qi. You can't create as much aura, and you can't create as much Wu Ji. Do you understand? Because it's stemming from there. So Jing is ultimately important then. What's Jing got to do with black foods? Romania is my favourite Jing. Licorice, but Romania. Look this one up. Romania. And now what do I do with this? This would be great while you're grounding to drink this tea. You drink it just by itself.
That's a tea.
Yeah. You can eat it. I chew it. Like licorice. It's almost like licorice. It's similar. It's a root or a rhizome.
So like anise flavoring.
No.
Licorice taste anise.
Yeah, it's similar-ish. But it's got its own thing. It's less anise flavored. It's Romania. It does have a little bit of that, but it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's pretty similar. But what I do is I steep that for up to 4 days. You don't boil your water because if you boil water, it's cooking it. What's this whole stuff about raw?
I understand. I bought a steeper in a tea shop. So I actually have one where it has the cup on the top. You put your tea, you water in there, and you let it steep,
Oh, yeah.
and you're cool, yeah.
Well, that
So
sounds like a good
I
one.
understand what you mean, yeah.
So, hold on, let me do some prana. Oh, sorry, I had to clear that one out. Okay, so what I do is you don't cook your water because the water boils at 100, and that's cooking it. And what's all this stuff about raw eating? Raw food's better, and also because it's alive, and enzymes and etc. But in the context of the tea, why we don't cook it is because you get a leukocytic, or white blood cell reaction. So it's just zapping your energy. So why not avoid that? And I notice the difference, and you'll feel the difference of it. Just check it out. So you lift it to 70 degrees. You're going to get everything out that you need. It's fine. You don't need to boil. And so I do this for 4 days. You can pull from Romania quite a lot. It's very jing, and it even embodies it, because you can pull from this stuff all day long. You can have teas all day long for 4 days. And
so that you can't have too much of this. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's Romani. It's one of the.
It's a regular.
Yep, it's a tonic, which means you can take it every day. I used to eat the stuff. I wish I had some now, actually. It's a tonic, so you can take it daily. A tonic means you can take it all the time. Some things are not a tonic. I'll leave it in my kettle for 4 days, no more, because something funny might start to happen.
Right.
But so about 4 days, and in those 4 days you can pull from that thing all day long. You can have as many teas as you want. Watch it. It might just shrink a little, but it's pretty good. It'll stay there for the 4 days. Solid stuff. And then you can even eat it after. You probably haven't even pulled everything out of it after. Just check it out.
Also like Manuka honey, when you want sweetening. It's very expensive, but extremely healthiest honey you can use.
We can talk about how to use that in a minute too, actually, because there's ways to use things. There's so many nuances in health. My head has spun, but I'm very clear.
I'm kidding. I've been trying to heal myself for years. Think about healthy way of eating. It's constant. It drives you crazy.
Yeah. I've gotten past that stage. I'm not spinning so much from it. I've become very clear in the last year. You should see how much I've cleared up. I feel just totally a different person. So I did that with a lot of tinctures, by the way. I haven't done water fasting even yet. I'm going to do that when I get to Uruguay.
Wow.
I'm on my track. I'm doing what I want to do for my body, and I know what I've done in the past, so I'm on a certain track. And everyone needs to be on their own track. Okay,
your body tells you what it needs.
Yes, however, when you're craving a certain food, sometimes you really need something else, a different food. And there's charts on the internet. Go look up on the All Around Health page on Conscious Zine. I've got a chart like that. Just Google it. Food you actually want when you're craving food or something. Just start Googling along those lines, and there's these charts they show you. Because we've got a lot of parasites in us. All of us have a lot of parasites going on. The world is very, very toxic. And so you've got to be careful that you're not listening to your parasites and that you're listening to your cells. Because the Human Bacterium Project has even found, again, a very physical thing, not airy-fairy, that we are made up of 10 times more bacterium than cells. So who are you really?
Yeah, really.
Anyway, so just
sickly amoebas.
So just be careful that you're not thinking with your parasites, because they take control of your brain.
Yeah.
You can get viruses on the brain. They take reins in your mouth, especially candida. It'll come up here. And it'll connect in the back of your mouth, and it's the reins on a horse. You see a sugar product.
It's bad, yeah, when it gets out of control.
And I remember this. You're walking in the supermarket, you see a sweet, and it's like they go and pull you over like a horse. I've had it happen to me.
Oregano oil takes care of candida too.
Definitely. So I like that analogy because it seems very true, and what happens is, a lot of people don't know this, the gut communicates more with the brain than the brain communicates with the gut, by the way. It's more like 90-10 than 90-10 the other way.
I don't doubt that, yeah.
It's amazing.
Makes sense.
So this is a huge area for health, the gut, and it's hugely connected to our microbiome in general. Just in general, it's a huge factor and factory. And so you don't want to be producing candida with over sugarizing, etc. We can talk about candida in a minute too, but we're going to work our way into the arthritis before we lose it. so
It's easy to do with us.
all this knowledge, yes, I know, I can go on in circles, and I love to circle back around to the same thing. So Jing, grounding, and arthritis, and that's why we just discuss Romani. I just want to tell people how to use it, etc. It's important because, you know, that's taken me years of discovery, some of this stuff. So if I can depart in one sentence to you, I think that's worth talking about. Anyway, so back to
Can I ask you a question on your grounding?
Yes.
When you ground, is it all inside? Or do you send out verbal intention, thought intention, or just physical, or both?
Both.
Okay. That's because that's what I do.
Now there's this pushing. There's a conscious grounding into the earth, I do, and then it sends a wave back. And then there's scanning after the wave. So you got to get sensitive to this stuff. You need to check this out. Everybody needs to check this out, because this is the number one healing. Then it's air, then it's water, then it's salt, and then it's foods. You know, because this is ether healing, basically. So the ether comes before all the other elements. That's it. So anyway, so the grounding is Jing relative and kidney relative, and the kidneys and sugar. Remember, sugar will build up in the kidneys. So it's all connected. The way to heal out of this toxic modern world where sugar is in like every second product or every 1.5 products.
It's all intentional. It's a scam.
Oh yeah, it is, yep. And it makes us a little nuts. But, so there is a way out. And it's not even expensive. It's standing on Earth.
Yeah. People don't believe it.
It's ridiculously simple the way. Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance with everything is profoundly sad. It really is.
I agree.
It's horrible.
I definitely agree. It's a sad state of affairs. So it's a Jing relative, and that's kidney relative, and that's going to start to get the energy moving in your kidneys. Why is that important? Because then you don't get kidney stones. You don't have to lose yourself a kidney.
Oh, I don't need those. I've had the gallstones. That's been taken out. That's very painful stuff.
Well,
No, thank you.
well, this is so you don't even get the gallstones.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Energy is always first. You know this. So a lot of people don't know. Energy comes before any of the physical stuff. So you won't even get a gallstone if you ground every day 4 to 6 hours and eat no sugar. You're not going to get a gallstone then. Well, you might.
No, I'm not, because the gallbladder's gone, but I don't want a kidney, so I'm going to still.
Yeah.
I'm still focusing on not getting kidney stones.
Yeah, and you don't want the liver ones, and you don't want any of them. There's a great liver detox, those things that come out, those little green blobs. Oh my God. There's a good one. There's a good post on removing them from the liver on, I think, the Amalgamare Maximum Novelty Health page or Whole Healing page. Really? I'll find it for you anyway.
Excellent for your liver is also silymarin with the milk thistle and dandelion root.
Yeah. Milk thistle is great for that.
You get the best, like 250 milligram.
Yeah, milk thistle is really good for. I'm just trying to check where this post is. So there's 3 pages there that are on health right near the end of the menu. I'm just trying to check where this thing is, because it's a good post. Yeah, there it is. So there's a protocol here, and you have to follow it very perfectly. I haven't done it yet. I can't wait to do it. But that's from one session this person cleared all in.
No kidding.
Yeah. Hectic.
I was, you know what? I was right where you are the other night, but I didn't grasp what that picture was.
Oh, really?
Because I was having trouble seeing, and I had to stop reading, you know?
Okay. I'll try and maybe fix the post up. See, I rush
Oh,
because...
yeah, that'll clean you right up.
Yeah, there's so much stuff I have to do in a day. I'm studying 18 hours a day. So, I mean, I have to go back over and edit Consciousine, but you can already see this protocol that this doctor made up, and she says you have to follow it perfectly. Now, I didn't put the link there because I can't remember why, but that's the protocol. Anyway,
There, yeah.
so everyone can see that's on the whole healing page, and for everyone who's watching, we access that via the more menu.
You know, I started following you, and I got away because I was always busy researching my own stuff, and you know all of that. But when I came back to Consciousness not long ago when we connected, I'm like, wow, is he done what? Your site's like amazing.
Thank you.
Like, wow, you're doing really good. It's superb. You've really done well. I'm really proud of you.
It's come a long way in the last year because I couldn't help it. I'm studying my degree, but I couldn't help it. This is the passion. That's what keeps you alive.
You're doing a fine job.
That's what gives you levity. So you don't go down into a stone down there. Into the grave and turn into stone. It's the opposing force of gravity, and that's got to do with arthritis. So let's cut into it, because the arthritis is this turning to stone, the coralization and the brittleization. So we've talked about some strategies, silica, vitamin K and all that, and then washing out when you break apart these little calcites. Now, there's something called the Zapper. The Terminator is one. There's other ones, and it sends out this. Yeah, it sends out this pulse and all that, and that keeps parasites away too. So that's always good to wear if you can have that. But I don't have that yet. I'm sure I'll be given it soon enough, I hope. And anyway, zeolite gets straight into these little guys. So zeolite's the effective one, even more so than diatomaceous, and even more so than activated charcoal, the black stuff.
I began with that. Yeah.
So
I began with zeolite years ago.
Activated charcoal is good for over 4,000 toxins.
Is it really?
Yeah, so that's interesting. Anyway, so zeolite is this, like, it goes, it targets more smaller in the nanoscale, and it's better for targeting at that level. And it'll kind of...
Keep talking.
Alright. So, the arthritis, when we clear this out, the apple cider vinegar is going to be really good. What's that? Chloe.
That's me dropping things. I do that very well as well.
Was that Chloe? Oh, Zeolove. Okay.
Zeolove. Yeah, they add a spark, a little divine mother love in there. Huh? Yeah,
okay.
It's got megahertz frequency added. So they go zeolite, named in zeolove. So I thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah, I always love a new product.
Zeolove. The universal love frequency added in.
So, I always love a new product because it gives me the zest to keep going. It's exciting. It's something new. I love newness. Or neo.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, neo.
Neo entering the matrix. Now, so when we're clearing the arthritis, we want to wash it through. You can target it with zeolite too, but we want to wash it through because that's what the ocean would do, or it would decay there. We don't want it to just decay there. So we want to wash it through. We take the lemon, make it real strong lemon. That's going to alkalize you. So you've just attended two strategies, or love two birds with one love potion. I don't want to say the old axiom of kill two birds with one stone.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to get rid of some of my old sayings.
Yeah.
Because I realize how screwed up they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that word magic crap.
Right.
And I hate it.
Definitely, that's dark magic that they've implanted on us for sure.
Oh, yeah, they've really screwed with us for a long ass time. So, I try not to say that when I start to say that, I change it.
And as well, apple cider vinegar has malic acid. Now, malic acid is different to normal vinegar. Excuse me.
Are you talking about the mother?
Apple cider vinegar has malic acid.
Then they have the mother, like Bragg's has the mother in it. Yeah, so I think that might be in that. Or is it in totality as part of the mother?
What do you mean?
Okay, you don't know the mother Bragg's. Okay. You know what? Let me just.
Yeah, I know Bragg's. Bragg's is the brand I drink.
The mother is that stuff that floats around.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I've heard that before
like
too.
Pulp. You call it like pulp.
Well, anyway, the malic acid in apple cider vinegar, it's part of its constituents. It's not just the mother. And acetic acid creates all these weird oxalate diseases and stiffens. It makes you like concrete. And so that would be osteoporosis enhancing. So we're trying to go the other way, and we're trying to debritalize. We're trying to not turn to stone. We're trying to stay malleable and living and moving and vivacious. And malic acid from apple cider vinegar is the way to do that. So again, with apple cider vinegar, we're not killing birds. We're attending many birds with one stone. One love potion, whatever. Yeah, so it's softening the bones. So you got that effect, and obviously all the other great effects of apple cider vinegar. But mainly I want to talk about the alkalizing. So it's got minerals and everything. But apple cider vinegar is alkalizing, and it's very alkaline. It's not as alkaline, I don't think, as cod liver oil, but it's.
Ooh, I'm not going to go that route. I'm
doing
thank you.
Sorry, that was I stuffed up there because I was talking about ORP, oxidative reduction potential.
Yeah, I've been taking this stuff for so long, and I've realized that when you're as progressed as I am, to bring the acidity back up, just 1/10 of a percent.
What do you mean?
Like I'm at a 5.
Okay.
Okay, the normal, no disease, health zone is 735. Okay.
Yeah, that's in the middle.
You obviously know that.
Yeah, in the middle there.
I'm at 5.
Okay.
When it's supposed to be at its highest. To bring it up, I had a reading once of 6, and that's after like a year of taking apple cider vinegar and all these things with alcohol.
Really?
Every single day. Yeah. It doesn't happen fast. It takes a very long time. Apparently, when you the way that I am, and I'm eating healthier, and it's just taken a long time. It's really hard for me. Frustrated.
Okay, so it's like this.
It works really fast.
So it's like this. If you're going to keep drinking the coffee, it's almost, I don't want to say it's useless doing the other stuff, but it's counter. Yeah, but it's counter. It's counterintuitive and counter to it, and it's opposing. So it almost is just, it stuffs it up. And I realized this with eating sugar. I was still on some sugar things, and I was like trying to do all this good stuff for my health. And then I realized if I just drop sugar and do nothing, I'd probably be in a better position. And so I did that, and I was right. Just from dropping sugar, I moved to a completely new feeling and went, oh, I was right. and it didn't even matter all this other stuff I was doing. Yeah, it was a little bit of helps, but I'm telling you, when there's all these candida transforms, candida's very tricky and it transforms, and when there's all this sort of stuff going on because you're over sugarizing, it stops a lot of effects of a lot of other stuff. And that really made a huge difference. Just dropping the bad habit made a huge difference. I've stopped smoking cannabis. I've just gone
but that's good for you.
in a way, but I've had enough effects. I'm sure I will have it in the future. Anyway, hold on, something's happening here with the connection. Can you start? We're back. Okay.
But you're correct, and you know what, I think I don't think, I know, I need to go back to straight tea, because I did give up coffee for a while, apparently not long enough, and once you start again, it's just like, you know, it's like an addiction,
So
you just get used to it, so yeah.
the main thing to keep in the back of your mind is what Hippocrates said, you know, let your food be your medicine, and if that's your axiom, you end up getting better and better and better, because it's like such an axiom. An axiom is like the speed of light to science. It's like a fundamental thing that it leans on. So if you just have good axioms, it goes a long way. Like that's the whole thought being good, right? You know, having positive thoughts, right? And it's very important. Again, it's on that energy level, and that's just so healing. Like for 10 good products, one good thought maybe is equivalent, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're so important. Anyway, it was just a rough example, but so with arthritis, I definitely think grounding is going to help you clear it while you're drinking the Romania, while you're drinking the lemon water, while you're having strong apple cider vinegar water, not just 2 caps in a glass.
Oh no, I do a lot.
Make it a little bit stronger, because the 2 cap thing is maybe what you put in your morning water and wake up with your glass or 2 glasses in the morning.
I do a quarter cup, or I'll take it straight. You know, at least a quarter cup or more. I pour it right in.
Okay, yeah, I avoid, like, when I take it straight, it pings me, it's great. It pings me straight to the stars. But,
wow.
Yeah,
Lucky you.
Oh, I love it. And I'll just have a little bit and...
It would be so awesome.
But, what I think is that we don't want to just be too harsh with ourselves, because it is a medicine and it is really strong. So we do want to cut it down with water, and it'll help it spread through the body as well.
True.
So anyway, that's the way I reckon is a really good way to clear it, as well as if you can get your hands on CBD, or actually let's just say it like this, cannabis tincture without the THC. But even with the THC in it is fine, because that's going to relax you, and that's going to help these things clear out anyway. But if you're not into that, I'm saying that for the viewers, you take out the THC, which is the relaxing part. Oh God, no! And you leave.
I just wish it wasn't as expensive as it is.
We're going to go to my
sale, they were pushing it too. Darn it.
Yeah, we're going to go check this out.
I bought it once, but I didn't feel it was doing anything for me.
Okay, so we're at bensnotes.weebly.com right now. Tell me when you can see the screen.
I got it.
Okay, so we're in my we're in my note of cannabis. Anyway, let's go down the informative picture that I wanted to show you. So another way to clear out these little nano bacteria, calcites, all this stuff, help apoptosis, help the cleaning is my point. And there's the apoptic effect, you can read about that. Just in general, what I'm saying is this is a good cleaner that people have not looked at. No one's talking about it. We'll get there. It's here somewhere. There it is. So this is a picture on the effects of the lesser known substances. Everybody knows about THC. Eases pain, etc., etc. We're not going into it. Now here's CBD1. In our body, we have something called the endocannabinoid system. Cannabinoid. Cannabis. Cannabinoid system. In your human body. Cannabis. Cannabinoid. I hope it's sunk in.
Yeah, I guess. That's repetitive to do that.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it for you. I'm not worried about you as much as some other people. Anyway, so this system is huge in our body. You even have CBD1 in your breast milk that you feed to your kids. In your breast milk. Anyway, yeah, so it's nutritious, trust me. Anyway, because that's
My
the...
kids were breastfed big time.
Yeah, but let's just inspect that for a second. If something's in your breast milk, for a growing small child, the earth knows what it's doing, so that's definitely medicinal. So that's, yep, so that's definitely medicinal. Now let's look into that. Controls certain cancers, it also eases pains, stimulates bone growth. So after the calcium myth and we overcalcification, and we've started taking kale for vitamin K2, cod liver oil for vitamin K2. We've started taking silica to get that rubbery energy back in and stop our osteoporosis and our brittleization and that sort of stuff. We want to stimulate bone growth, don't we? So we've just used the gua sha, we've cleared out and we've cracked the coral reef. These little calcite bacteria, nanobacteria things are come loose. We've washed out with lemon water, we've done our apple cider vinegar water. Then what? Then a tincture of this. That's the point of coming to this page right now. Now, it's apoptosis all over, so it's going to clean up the spilled contents of all these, of any cells affected by what you just did with the gua sha, because you've just crushed the whole area. So this is rebuilding. Now for balance, we don't just want detox, 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 strip, strip, strip. We always want to build back up. It's very important, and I don't hear everybody talk about it all the time. Okay, so balance is important. Now it stops the growth of bacteria, CBD. Yeah? So there you go. I'm telling you, this is efficacious or very efficient. Suppresses muscle spasms, convulsions, slows inflammation. Another hit. Reduces blood sugar levels. Great. Reduces the risk of artery obstructions, decreases pressure in the blood vessel walls, help control epileptic seizures, reduces risk of nerve damage. Great. Decreases the social isolation caused by THC. It's the opposite sort of effect to THC, and it eases nausea. Now let's look into even lesser known things here. CBC, cannabichromene, eases pain, stops growth of fungi. Candida is a fungus, slows inflammation, stimulates bone growth again, and that's why I said you just want a general tincture of cannabis. Cold pressed as the base, and you put it with alcohol, and alcohol is the driver, and it drives the oil, and oil is a delivery system. So this is like the best thing ever. Stimulates bone growth, encourages cell growth, stops growth of bacteria again, and we're trying to target these little nanobacteria, remember? And this works on the cellular level, CBD and CBC. Assists in contraction of blood cells. Now, let's keep going. Tetrahydrocannabidiol, type 2 diabetes. It's being tested for, so it's probably again reduces blood sugar, possibly again. Appetite suppressant, controls obesity. Cool. CBN acts as a sleep aid, fights free radicals in the bloodstream, controls pain, suppresses muscle spasms, slows inflammation again. Stops growth of bacteria, CBG. Cannabidiol stops growth of bacteria again. Encourages cell growth, building, because we've just crushed the area. We've apoptosis. We've done all this stuff to the area. Of course we want to grow it back. Stimulates bone growth, excellent. It's going to be rebuilding the bones that we've just half crushed. All right? So there you go. That's why I wanted to add that one in, because damn. It's good. Okay, so where are we up to? That's pretty much my strategy. Now you're just wearing the zapper the whole time. There's other things, but that's great. I think that's complex enough for now. Most people are not even going to do all of those. So there you go, everyone. I think that's a very effective way to treat arthritis before it gets to the point you have to go to the chiropractor and really, really suffer, because you're not in the point that you're absolutely. You can still type, you know, you're not at the worst end yet. So before you get to the worst spot, I think all that stuff we just talked about for arthritis is utmost importance. Don't forget the grounding. Don't forget the CBD, just general cannabis tincture. And tincture, because again, alcohol is a driver, drives it straight to the cells, and oil is a delivery system, so once it gets there, it just unloads the goods. It hasn't been affected by stomach acids, etc. as much, you see?
Right.
That's the point of a delivery system. The shamans of the Amazon, they put fish oil with a lot of mixtures as a delivery system. Okay? And so another way to reanionize is a meditation I found in that 4 efficacious meditations video on the Conscious Zine YouTube playlist. It's the 3rd or 2nd meditation in that video, because there's 4 strung together back to back. And that one is de-inflammation all over. It treats the middle nervous system, which is your thoughts. I'm telling you, it's where your thoughts circulate on. It's the ganglion. We have a CNS, or central nervous system, the spine basically. Your spine. You got spine. And then you have the middle nervous system. And in my opinion, this is where all the thoughts really relay over, and they circulate, and that's where you get driven mad and you drive yourself mad, and you need to release those, and you do that while you're grounding. This is one of the main ones I use while I'm grounding. It's called,
Meditation.
yeah, it's the Google Tech Talk one. You'll see it there by Dr. Billy Doctor. She comes into the Google Tech team. They can afford the best. It's the best. It's so good. And not just the best for everything, but I'm just saying it's great. And it goes for an hour because she shows you all the theory behind it. But then the actual meditation doesn't take an actual hour. It can. It's taken an hour for me before. And on the beach is great for this one. It's the most clearing. I almost fainted once, and that would be the toxins rushing around as I'm moving the energy. Yeah, so it's really good for moving the energy because your nervous system suddenly goes, poof, release. So what it is the mantra. For instance, this one is on the nape of the neck, I think about 12 times. You say, Mother, I'm not guilty, and you're pulling in through the eye hand, pulling in, over to here, and it comes out there. Universal energy, and it'll heal that, and that gets you the thoughts that were trapped there on the ganglia, off those ganglia. You have a certain amount of ganglia, which are associated with the chakra there, then there's there, and then there's there, you know, there's 7 main chakras. You have a certain amount of ganglia associated with the certain chakra, and that's how many times you say the mantra. And it works. It's not airy-fairy business. Try this out. Look at that meditation. This is the one of the first meditations I found, and I know that I ride the concrescence and that the Mother has put it in my path in a perfect order. And thus, what I'm trying to depart you is that it's a very base meditation. This is like the one that I go for first. It's like I'll do microcosmic, I'll do chi after a bit more. I go for this one. I go straight there and I grab these things off my nervous system. So, yeah, this one is Mother, I'm not guilty. And I've expanded it. One day I'll present this, but it's like I'm not responsible. There's all these other ones. You can work your way around the neck, but just start with the basics there. So this is very good, this one.
Wow.
And this is definitely reanionization, because remember I said we're pushing off, and then the negative charge can really take its hold, and then you can sink back into it. It's an up and a down motion. You're pushing consciously back into earth, then you're pushing off, pushing back in, and this is how I'm going about it. And there's energies coming during this, then I might go, ooh, yep, nice, I'll take that energy in, breathe that in through the eye. It might be the golden mandala, it might be the chrysanthemum, it might be an archangel pushing through that chrysanthemum and giving me a certain energy. You do all that while you're doing it. But I'm telling you that this meditation I've just told you with the ganglia is very important. It makes it clear all the way through. So we clear from the CNS, the central nervous system, to the ganglia, and then the efferent nervous system. How do I heal the efferent nervous system? I like to take a shower with hot water after I ground. That's the best thing I've found for healing the efferent nervous system. Tinctures are also good, but the shower, the hot water on the efferent, it's like the capillaries, efferent nervous system.
Wow.
So that's just a little bit on grounding and arthritis, and I think they do go hand in hand because it's, what is it doing? Grounding is decoagulating the blood, and so it's bringing what? Flow. It's allowing the flow again, and what's arthrization? There's brutalization, it's the stagnation of the energy there, there's calcite, yeah, all that, and so they definitely go together. I've got a little list here. You don't drink milk. There was just a few things I had as a, it's good to focus on ego, but it's also a thing that what you focus on you create, right? So
Exactly.
in a way, so you just got to figure out how I mean that as well. Now, I think meditation.
I've been trying to live each day.
Yeah, I think meditation will really help you as well, and I'll give you a few. And just because you've been doing a certain type for the last 50 years doesn't mean you don't accept new ones, right? I accept new ones.
I'm open.
Whenever you want to give me a new meditation, I'll accept it. I don't care if I've been doing a certain type for 10, 20, 30 years. It doesn't mean I'm not going to accept the new or something that could help even more. Anyway, so dopamine. You said you had like some shake or something the other day. You're not on my screen. Sorry, we're recording my screen. I thought I was sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my screen.
Shake? I don't know what you mean.
You said the other day that you had something going on, that you had like a shake.
Oh, that happened in November.
Yeah.
And it scared the heck out of me.
Can you tell me more about it?
Well, I've been told, which makes perfect sense, aside from the basic health and the water and the air and our exposure while we're sick, and the stressors and things like that, is also past pain and suffering in past lives and this life. It gets seated and rooted in our body in different areas. I was told by someone who's very advanced in their soul lives and is fully present now. God knows what dimension. Anyway, that actually Mother God told me that I had a lot in my legs.
Okay.
Mother God. And the ground crew. She did tell me she saw a lot in my legs. Well, a couple weeks after that, which I don't make any connection.
Okay.
When something happens, you know what I'm saying? She didn't get to see it.
Well, I've already got something for you. Already.
I would say a couple of months later, I started feeling a slight tingling, then it started going to a vibration.
Okay.
And it never stops.
There's nerve damage. Yeah, listen, there's nerve damage and all sorts of stuff going.
Wait a second.
Okay.
I don't doubt that. But with that being said, I went through an experience that I've never been through, never heard of, scared the crap out of me, and I was almost on the brink of insanity.
Okay.
Because it lasted for approximately 1.5 to 2 weeks. Now, this vibration in the legs, it expanded, it grew, and it moved up and engulfed my entire body. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't drink, I couldn't function, I didn't want to look at anyone, I could barely walk. When I did manage to walk, I would hold on to things. I felt as though all of my skin were going to fall right off of my body. And I know I'm forgetting some of these horrific things I was feeling. I knew instinctively that this was a part of this. Obviously, I've been told I've had extreme traumatic stuff going on in my soul lives.
Okay.
I'm an old soul, and stuff that was never resolved.
Okay.
So I had a feeling that this was a sloughing off of things and a change with the frequencies, the higher frequencies and energies coming in.
Yep.
Something my body was going through, and I knew that. But I said, please, angels, my God, I need some help with this because I just can't handle this. This is just too severe. I mean, I didn't know what to do. There was nothing that comforted me. Nothing. and it was bad.
Okay.
I survived it, and I still feel vibration in my legs, but that was about it, what had happened, and that and some more.
Okay. So, there's a few things there. You're definitely right, I would say, and that's what I would have said, that it's the uptake of new energy wave frequency harmonics as well. But besides that sort of end of stuff, to get even more pragmatic again, because that's what people seem to want to hear you talk about a lot in health videos and stuff. So to get even more pragmatic, this is called the psoas here, the muscle. I'm not just showing you
It's
my
like
ass.
the where sciatic nerve is.
Yeah, sciatica and all that. This can help, and that's why I'm mentioning
Oregano
it.
oil, I just told my neighbor about it. She rubbed it in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the oregano oil, because that anesthetic property, that's what I'm saying, it's the best anesthetic, naturally, it's so good.
I love people too.
Yeah, and it makes you feel good, and it's good too, anyway, but, so that's the psoas muscle, right?
Okay.
Now, when I'm doing the grounding, I always end up massaging it, somehow it comes to that why. I read a while ago, it's called the soul muscle.
Really?
Yeah. So there you go, there's that connection, and I was went, oh yeah. And the yogins know this, that's from the yogins, not the fakir or the monk, that's from the yogins. And they call that the soul muscle. And so for some reason, every time I'm grounding, it ends up always needing to be cleared. And that's me, I'm healthy, I'm 30, so trust me, it needs to be cleared, and there's something in that, and these guys have been practicing yoga for thousands of years, right? Man's been in the laboratory creating sciatica medicines for only a few decades, if a decade.
Oh God, don't even talk to me about big.
Yeah, so I just want everyone to understand the difference between the white coat nut job and the earth. Who's been coming up via yogins and stuff, So that's an important part. Now, so if that sort of thing happens, the Buddhists have an axiom which is, they say that all pain is energy leaving the body. So when you're accepting these new wave harmonics, that sort of stuff happens. You're not the first to have crazy shakes, etc., right? And so it's stuff leaving, and it's a catharsis, and that's the first.
It wasn't painful though. It was a vibration.
I know.
That was insane.
Yes. That's the insanity leaving.
My skin, to touch my skin.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a different feeling.
Yep.
It felt different. It looked different. It was just so. I'm not a panicky person.
Yeah. So as I was saying, that's pain leaving the body. That's a mental pain, even if it doesn't hurt.
So was I right on with my analogy of what I went through?
But I'm just trying to go over it and help you deal with it.
Okay.
And so definitely the soul muscle needs massaging and stuff. Whenever that sort of thing happens to me, I end up grounding, I end up massaging the psoas muscle. It's called the psoas, P-S-A-O-S. And that always ends up coming back to there. So it's just interesting to note that. Now, again, the mother and these techniques have been for thousands of years. The person making the sciatica pill in the laboratory has only been for decades, right? So I just want everyone to remember that sort of axiom. This is an axiom I take to health. So there's another thing that I wanted to mention. Now, it might not have been to do with this, but you may experience this because coffee drinkers definitely experience this. I want
to stop. Go ahead.
I was shown a worst case scenario. Sometimes my path, I get shown worst case scenarios so that I can become a better healer. And I lived with a lady for a while, and she was like 60 or something, and she had terrible coffee addiction, very terrible, many coffees a day. And I knew that her core shakes had something to do with that, and there's other reasons for core shakes and stuff. And you don't want to go there because this happens from coffee, and it's something that does this. It has this vibration. Everything has energy. All these foods have different energies and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what you can do to treat that is called Mucuna pruriens, and it's containing trace, it's got all the neurotransmitters in trace amounts, but largely dopamine. And dopamine is the thing that stops those sort of shakinesses. Okay? So if even now, myself, if I don't have protein for a while, you get a bit of shake. However, the dopamine can help, but you'll start to discern the difference. Do I need the dopamine, or is it really the protein I need? And that's actual, like you said earlier, sensing what you need, and not with your parasites. So that's actual sensing what you need.
What is that? Is that an herb?
Yeah, it's a plant. It's a plant, and what they do is they put it into a powder, and you can put it in your smoothie. I think you can make a tea from it too. It's just dopamine, basically. L-dopa precursor is in there, which turns into dopamine. So, and I find that works for shakes and stuff, and it might even counter coffee stuff a bit. So, it's worth a try. Definitely, it's worth a try. And where do you get it? Like Happy High Herbs, the real apothecary, not the chemist. The toxic chemist, yeah. I've been shooting videos on that. And because remember what I said about silica dioxide, what moron does that mixture? Seriously.
Oh, gosh.
Because
it's a good thing you knew, you know?
Yeah, because the orgono silica is monomethyl, which means it's activated silica. It's not put with dioxide, where your body has to part that, throw away the oxygen, hurts your body, oxidative stress and inflammation. You know, so it's the real apothecary. It's all the pure stuff. You don't want to even step foot in the chemist if you can avoid it. Chemist is shit. I can't even get melanin for the skin pigment. You go to black fungus if you want melanin. It's all found in raw food. That's why there's this big uptick in raw food eating in the world, because everyone's realizing, oh hey, where does all this stuff come from that they synthesize? They pull it from what? Well, the foods and the herbs and etc. Right? So you're going straight to the source.
Where have you been all my life?
No, so you're going straight to the source, you know. So, yeah, go to source. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. If I had another note, I think. I was going to ask you how you currently eat before going into 3D stuff.
Not much, but when I do eat healthy, like tonight.
Let's go over 1 week's meal, and I mean, I eat different all the time, so I don't expect to say this is how you always eat.
I tend to be lazy, which I shouldn't, and so lazy and eating healthy doesn't go together. I stopped using the microwave, but I'll use it on occasion when I'm really not feeling
Stop
well.
there. What do you put in the microwave?
Well, I'll reheat things. I don't buy microwave plastic crap.
Okay.
If that's what you mean, you know.
No, I'm just asking because I'm just trying to find out, and I've got stuff to say. Because, yeah, the Japanese have done a lot of study on the microwaves and all that. And
Microwave's poison, toxic.
Yeah, no, so what it does is, as well, on a pragmatic level, besides obviously the microwaves.
Breaks down your food.
No, but besides the actual microwaves, what the microwave actually does is, to vegetables, it turns the good compounds into, like, cancerous carcinogenics. How's that shit?
Yeah.
The Japanese have a lot of studies on that.
There's one in every kitchen in America. So we can give you medicine and kill you while we give you cancer. Anyway, just simple, easy things.
Okay.
And I buy Ezekiel bread, which is just like it sounds.
It's the best.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's old fermented, old grain bread.
I won't eat any gluten, flour, bread, you know, that kind of thing.
Nice one. Great.
I like eggs. I'm having trouble getting away from eggs because I love eggs and cheese. And I do still like chicken. I'm staying away from red meat.
Yeah, good. Yeah, great.
I eat chicken and fish.
Yeah. Watch the fish because we've had. Watch the fish because we've had Fukushima, and 15 out of 15. Huh?
I also do nascent iodine.
Great.
Which,
I do that too.
okay, so I've got that on my plate too. I have all kinds of things up my sleeve.
Well, stop for 1 second, because 15 out of 15 tuna, I think it was, in the off the coast of America, 15 out of 15 that they tested, I forget which uni, but they were all radioactive. So you've also got 5 hot particles hitting the coast there, when it's 10 hot particles in Japan. So there's a problem.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So what do we do? So let's talk about what we do. So what do you do then?
What I do is I'm not a fish lover, number one.
Okay.
So I don't eat much.
Okay.
But that's all I do eat is that, because I've eliminated red meat.
Okay, so it's not just about the meat. It's not just about the protein.
No, it isn't. And so with that, I was getting at that I started with nascent iodine,
Yep.
which I began long ago, not for radiation purposes, just for health purposes,
Yep.
because it's good overall health and your thyroid
I
balance
want- yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So I take that, a couple drops under the tongue, boom, I'm good for the day.
Okay, so what can we do instead of eating fish sometimes? I'm not saying quit it. No, I'm about to say.
I don't know where you're going with it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. If you give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Hemp oil.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the replacement for fish.
Seeds or the actual hemp oil?
Hemp oil.
Okay.
Yeah, seeds are great, and the seeds have like 40% protein. So yes, you chuck that in your smoothie, that's going to stop you craving protein from fish or meat in general a bit. Right? There's 40% protein. I can't have too much hemp seed because they're very filling. They're 40% protein. It's intense.
Well, I did buy some hemp oil, so I'll
what else
get
is-
some more because it gets stagnant.
Spirulina, by the way, is also like 40% protein. They're like the two highest protein.
Speaking of that, I started with that, and I switched to the blue algae. What's the matter with me? Blue green algae, the Cabot, which is like way better than spirulina. I mean, it's just
Okay.
on top of that.
I agree, and Dr. Robert Kazar out of Hawaii is a guy to follow, and he also has earthshiftproducts.com, and you can actually buy the blue-green algae off him, and he just has really good products. And he really knows what he's doing. Yeah, he really knows what he's doing. And Dr. Kazar. He's a good guy to follow as well. He's got a lot of videos online as well. He's probably got 200 videos himself, so that's all going to help.
So I do take that.
But anyway, so the hemp oil, why we want the hemp oil is not just because of the oil factor, and when you eat fish, it's oil, your body likes this. For the long chain, omega-3s.
Oh, well, yeah.
And so
The thing with hemp oil too is you can't use it in cooking because the heat destroys the benefits of it. So it has to be after you've cooked the food or towards the end of the cook cycle.
No, I don't cook it. I put it in a smoothie. You've got to get in the.
True.
You got to get in the. If you have a home, you're so lucky. I can't create a smoothie every day. When you're in a home, you can create a smoothie every day. So easy. It takes like half an hour.
I did buy a
tops.
juicer.
So you're not juicing. That's different because we lose the fiber and it's not mixing all these things together. So
I do have the other thing too.
So the reason we smoothie is because we can take the best foods in the world and break them right down and retain everything, including cacao for iron, magnesium, chromium, manganese.
I have organic cacao, and I got maca root.
Great.
And I got some nice Ceylon cinnamon, some really nice organic cinnamon.
That's got chromium. You're getting a lot of chromium from cinnamon.
And I put tons of it, man. I don't sprinkle, I douse.
Okay, cool.
Give me that stuff.
And manuka honey and cinnamon on a spoonful in the morning is a remedy.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
We can check that out right now if you want. Do you want to check that out?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Would you like to check that out? We can have a look on the screen.
Yeah, I thought you were going to town there. I'm watching you.
Oh, I'm telling. So
Manuka honey and Ceylon.
Yeah. Here it is. So now we're on the Natural Remedies Guru page. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Let's open these two links here.
There it is.
Natural News has got one. There's another link I found. Let's go to this one.
You're like me. I open multiple tabs. It always gets me in trouble. Now my computer freezes.
Yeah, that's my university for you.
Yeah.
Let's just look at this one then. In Ayurveda, they used it. They prescribe remedies based on individual dosha or type. Yeah. Okay.
Protected against HIV.
Yeah, as well. So, Ayurveda sees cinnamon as an appropriate remedy for people who belong to kapha type. You might be this. Do you know your type at all?
No.
Okay, well that's one thing to look in. Just remember that.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, well it's part of the dosha system, and just check it
I
out.
don't know what that is.
Google it. You just Google find my dosha. Just Google find my dosha, and then they're saying that cinnamon, I think, is good for this. If we read on, let's have a look. Characterized as sturdy, heavy, calm, slow, and moist, and the vata type is thin, cold, prone to nervousness. Or you might be vata. I don't know. Just check it out. Since cinnamon tends to have a heating and energizing effect, people who belong to the pitta type, fiery, oily, sharp, can partake of cinnamon in moderation. Oh no, I think they're saying that it's good for the pitta type there, or are they saying that it's good for these other two there? Anyway.
Well, it's healthy, period.
Yeah, and it's got warming qualities there. So, antiviral, HIV, blood sugar control. So again, another thing to fight sugar and candida and stuff, cinnamon. And it'll take away the cravings, I've noticed as well, just to add that one in there. Yeah, it'll actually take away any sugar cravings if you're walking through the supermarket and you ever have a craving. Take a shot of some cinnamon. If you just ate some cinnamon, you'd notice what I'm talking about.
Yes, I completely get that.
Antimicrobial. Anyway, there's another post on it. Let's go up. It's a remedy. It's here somewhere.
Soda. Oh. No way, man. You couldn't get me to drink soda. No matter what. That's poison.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't know, apple cider vinegar and honey. Anyway, this is a good page to look on. I'm sure I had another post on that.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I mean, you have so many wonderful things. It's hard to find them.
Okay. Oh, how long has it been?
Getting tired?
No, I'm just tired in general today because I had a bad sleep last night, even though you probably can't really tell. I have a lot of energy these days.
I don't like that.
Pardon?
It's not good for you.
What, bad sleep?
Sleep.
Yeah, because
location.
Yeah, I know, because we need to go into deep delta state. Do you know about the brain waves?
I'm aware, but I'm not, like you. No. How's that?
Deep sleep is the reprogramming tool. Delta state allows for the vibratory reduction, and that stops all this stuff, nervousness, everything. The delta state allows for the vibratory reduction and the restructuring of the dimensional bed. Is ultimately clearing. ultimately clearing. Delta state.
So
That's what sleep is.
Is that what REM is?
No. So delta sleep is the deepest part of your sleep. And I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to talk about the different stages, and actually a nap for 10 minutes does different effects, and I've got this on some page. Don't know what page. Don't know every post on every page, but I think it's on the Amalgamam Maximum Novelty Health page. But so the deep delta state is different, but we need that one, and that's the main reprogramming tool. But then there's like REM sleep, and then there's napping, closing your eyes for 10 minutes. All these things, all these different types of sleep, they do different things. And if you look at this picture in this article that I posted, I'll try and dig it up for you. They do different things, so they've got different beneficials. But for you, what I'm recommending for you is the deep delta. And what might be stopping you there? Do you feel like you get good sleep? Because right now I feel the difference. Do you feel like you're getting good sleep?
I haven't had good sleep in 25 years.
You haven't?
Okay.
No.
So
this is a problem for me because it's vital to us in our health in more ways than one. Psychologically, physically.
Like I said, it allows the whole dimensional bed to restructure.
Yes.
It started when I was pregnant with my son. And then I got the bladder disease, which wouldn't allow me to not go to the bathroom like 60 times a day. So I just could never sleep. Could never reach that state. I don't REM or anything. I can't get lucid dreaming. Now it is improving. But overall, I very rarely will put my head down and not wake up until it's time to get up. That's a rarity for me. That would be a blessing. Yeah. And I know all the holistic remedies for that. So maybe
Tell me some.
with grounding.
Yep.
Well, you got your melatonin and this and that. And I have another natural one. It's called Somnipure, which is pretty good. It's all natural, organic stuff. Called Somnipure. And it's pretty pricey. They promote it, blah, blah, blah. You call them and you tell them you're going to cancel it, then they'll lower the price way low. So I get that delivered once a month now. I use that to help me. But sometimes I can even double that up and I still wake up. 2 hours, boing, I'm up.
Okay.
Boing. So, you've got your teas. I'm a chamomile, all these kinds of things. And making sure it's dark in your room, making sure you don't have electronics, TV in there. All of these kinds of things I've done.
Okay, so maybe
I even have organic next to me in the bed. I even have zeolite in my hand.
So maybe it's not exactly about all the things. Sometimes it appears that health has got a lot of nuances. I don't know everything. But what I'm discovering is that health has a lot of nuances, and it's sometimes not even about what you know, it's about how you use what you know. That's what I'm discovering.
True.
Well, it's just what I'm discovering at the moment. That's like a stage that I'm really in now, discovering how to use what I even know. Because am I even using it correctly? Is there a better way to do it, etc. And so it's not necessarily it's not necessarily what you know, but how you do it. But so what? Okay. Well, you've mentioned some great things there, and I want to just, for the people watching, the thing about turning off your electronics. You go to your power switch at night, turn off the whole power. Turn it all off, and you'll notice the difference.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Just do that. Just turn off your switch. You know the trip switch?
I sure do.
No, it's simple. Yeah, exactly. It's simple. It's like brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth takes longer.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth takes minutes. You walk outside, bang, walk inside. Last thing you do before you go to bed. Come on, that's simple.
And then you've got your any technology, your cell phone. So
throw that away.
Wake up.
Throw that thing away.
If I need to wake up at a certain time,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I really should worry about it
No,
because
but
I
listen.
always wake up anyway. But
Listen, your little
I put Orgonite right on top of it.
Okay.
I need it next to protect.
the cell phone isn't that much of a problem when it's not touching you. It's a little thing. It's not so bad. The house power, everything in the house.
Through it though. Constantly frequencies, whether you use it or not, they're constantly coming to that device.
Yeah, that's true. And this is actually part of mind control, the Wi-Fi grid, and we should be moving to Li-Fi, L-I-F-I, which is information how the universe does it on bandwidths of light. Anyway,
I would love to.
that's beyond the scope of this conversation.
Yes, it is.
But so just think about it like this. Yes, stuff is coming to this little phone, but it's a little phone. The house power is all the fridge, everything around you, right? So yeah, again, you might not want to turn off your fridge. But the thing is, when you sleep properly, you don't need as much sleep as when you can sleep for 12 hours. Have you ever noticed you wake up sometimes and you're not even rested? That's what happened to me last night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you oversleep.
So that's what's happened to me last night. That's where I'm at today. I slept long enough. I slept like 8 hours, but it was because, let's not go into what happened to me last night.
Okay.
But, so that's where I'm at today, and so I know all about that. And I'm telling you that you can get a better sleep in 5 hours sometimes than you can in 10, easily. Now, we're gonna keep talking about this. This is a great subject to talk about. I'm loving this one. I'm glad you brought this up. This is just awesome. So the power, turning off the power. So you might say, well, that's going to turn off the fridge. Now we're going to get into how you can sleep in less time and more effectively, though. So one thing, you mentioned the scent iodine. Great for the thyroid. It's a thyroid detox hormone, and when you take iodine, you do not pull iodine out of the air, which is radioactive. 131 or 133. I think it's 131 radioactive iodine in the air. You actually pull that because your thyroid wants this stuff. It's pulling it out. Dermal absorption is real. Your cosmetic products absorb in 11 seconds, and all their toxicities, right? 11 seconds. So dermal absorb, it's your biggest organ. Anyway, so the thyroid is very important because it regulates a lot of stuff, and hormones are like master triggers for your cells, for creating vitamins in your body, organizing minerals. They're above minerals, and hormones are more important than minerals and vitamins. That's why Mucuna pruriens is so important, and the neurotransmission and all this, and there's a whole level of health.
That helps balance hormones?
Yeah, definitely.
Mine have been a mess. They're just a mess. I know that.
Well, what I'm saying is this is the important part. They're more important than vitamins and minerals. Don't even worry about your vitamin and minerals. If your hormones are all out of whack, you're all out of whack. They're very regulatory. Anyway, so back to the iodine now, and the thyroid mainly, and sleep. So firstly, it's a thyroid detox hormone and all of that, and if you're out of whack, you're not going to sleep as well. The major cause of not sleeping well is pain.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was going to say is pain wakes me up.
Yeah, but just exactly, it stops me getting to sleep. I ground now before I go to sleep. I have to. Otherwise, I'm not getting to sleep, and I'll need to do something like smoke or something, which is not the best. You know, it's further toxicity, really, smoking. Now, what you do is you sleep with a pillow under your bum. You don't put the pillow under your head. Why? Ultimately, you're trying to get to 2 pillows under the bum. This is the ultimate way to get fast, and you'll get.
Too much blood to the head?
No. Don't worry about that. And inversion is is got to do with yoga. Inversion is any time that end is up above this end. Now now half of the asanas in yoga are based on inversion, and the point is when you invert negatively, that's negative inversion. That's what it is, inversion. 45 degrees. So here you are on the bed. Here's your bum and here's your head. When you go with your bum and your head's down, don't worry about blood and all this. Actually, before you go to bed, if you ever have back problems, elongation is the solution, and you hang off the side of your bed, and that's one great way to help you get to sleep too.
Because I have arthritis all up and down my back. It's very painful.
This is great. Hang off the side of your bed.
Going in, just bending that way is painful.
Just be careful. But what I do, because I'm very limber, is I'll literally just hang off the side of the bed, and I don't have much pain going on yet or anything. So just be careful what you're doing. But and remember, it's all in the silica is really going to help the malleability. The apple cider vinegar going to help the malleability. Anyway, let's throw that's back there in the conversation.
Yeah.
So you're lifting up. Why? Because it turns off your thyroid and adrenaline. We're going. I notice you. I'm a psychic and stuff. I see, and so everyone is. We're going. That's adrenaline. It keeps us walking upright. Okay, so it turns off the androgen production, and all these androgens like adrenaline, they definitely keep you awake. And so what you do is you put a pillow under your bum. It negatively inverts you on a 45-degree angle is the best. But even if you're just on a 20-degree angle, it's going to help. Trust me, I've done this. And it'll make you sleep better. Quicker. You'll recover like 2 hours sleep and you're like, oh, I'll jump up and do something.
Wow.
That's what's out for me anyway, because I'm younger. But it's going to help. It helps anyone of any age. So, and what else? It's free.
Yes.
So,
no, I'm very open,
I really, David Wolf, who introduced me to the idea on the Longevity Now conferences, he said he sleeps with his leg up on the end of the bed. So I mean, he's all over it. He's done obviously researched this for himself a lot. But I did it for I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that far yet, but I've done the pillow thing and it works. Okay.
I've done a pillow under my knees to try to take the pressure off of my back.
So you can start to slide it. Slide it up. So just work it that way, because I can tell with your energy that this will definitely help you, and that's definitely a problem or something. It's an issue that you got, and it'll help.
Yeah, it's been hell not sleeping for years and years and years. It's really difficult.
It's so important. It's so important to sleep, right?
And to be happy and a good wife, a good mom.
That's the hormones as well. When
I want to keep his head off. Yes, I wanted to get with that because I had a hysterectomy. I left one ovary thinking it would help me with hormones because I did not want hormone therapy. I don't want their crap.
Yeah, don't worry about the ovaries so much, because you're not a young woman.
Well, I left one. I should have just had them take it all. They were in there, but I do have one left.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is I think that the thyroid's more important.
Okay, because I'm just. I know my hormones are up.
By the way,
first of all, went through menopause. Very, very quickly when I had that. Plus my age. So I'm dealing with, all of that, and know that it's off. So that you're saying that will help bring those together, and that's more.
Yeah, because why? Because all meridians go to the thyroid.
Okay.
Amazing. Also, if you're stressed, 1 second.
I'm really working on not being, but it's easy to be, yes.
What I've got here are toothpicks, and they're Ayurvedic. They've got the neem extract. I made a video.
Really?
Amalgamam Maximum Novelty Health 5 video. I went in depth into these.
Wow.
They've got fennel, cinnamon, menthol, peppermint oil, spearmint, neem bark, extract, and the things are birchwood. So I went into birchwood oil, and I went into neem, and we know about the others. So.
I looked up neem, yeah, I was researching neem as well.
So there's a big segment in that video. I think it's Amalgamam Maximum Novelty Health 5 or number 4.
What's the name of
I'll pass you the link later, but Amalgamam Maximum Novelty Health.
And so you just chew on them?
Yep, 4 or 5. I think it's 4.
I like that.
Okay. So that's the video where I went in depth on this. Now, not only is it medicinal, it'll help you stop cravings. Now, and I'm going to get to the main point that I wanted to discuss, but it'll help you stop cravings. And it's medicinal because of all the oils and extracts and stuff. And mainly, why I wanted to mention it is not only does it raise your vibration via the aromatics of the menthol and the peppermint and the spearmint, it goes into your body cavity and seems to aromatically, and would even be antibacterially killing stuff. Via aromatics, they're molecules. Aromatherapy. That in a toothpick.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I love it.
I know, I'm like, wow.
I love it.
So really good. Now, the main thing I wanted to discuss with this is what was the main thing to stop you sleeping is pain, and what's the teeth thing got to do with pain? Well, the teeth are connected to your nervous system and all your meridians, and it's reflexologically connected everywhere. Yeah, if you research the teeth, it's connected to not only your nervous system, they're very complex, by the way, the meridians, but the point is, reflexologically, if a body part's sore, what I've found is just chewing can help. I mean, not even grounding, not even this, not even that, just chewing. Now, obviously, grounding is the base, remember? So you do this while you're grounding, then that's the best ever. Right? So you're always trying to get the best ever.
Yes.
So, anyway, just in general, these are really good, and I've only just started using this because I've been trying to find crunch alternatives. I don't want to eat chips all the time. And I finally found it. Yes! So...
Beanitos. If you can find those there, they're wonderful.
Benito?
Just like the word beneath.
Okay.
Benito.
Okay. Benitos.
If
Okay.
you like chips, that's the best taste. It comes in all kinds of pinto bean, black bean, they're made of beans.
Nice.
Not corn, not flour. And
Not tapioca, yeah. Good.
They are yummy.
So I really think these are a good little thing, hey, to get because of the teeth
I'm really
thing.
excited about those.
You take one before bed, and it's not like you have to go rebrush your teeth. Do you know what I mean? It's anti-inflammatory, the neem and all that, anti-tumor, all the stuff. But the main thing is that before bed, you don't want to eat some chips, get dirty again, have to brush your teeth, So this is great, I think. It's a great little alternative. You chew the crap out of it and throw it away and go to bed. And you're stress-free more.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, and they're called
Thanks for that one.
auromere ayruvedic toothpicks. So everyone can see and you can look it up. Auromere.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're 37 cents. They're $6.50 here, so they're like 37 cents each. I think it's alright.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's all in perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You buy the organic broccoli now, and you don't pay later, or you buy the pesticides and you pay with all you got later.
I'm working on, I think I'm just about there, every single solitary thing. I'm talking toothpaste, it's organic in this house, I mean, even toothpaste,
Do you have tooth?
Oil pulling here, coconut oil pulling in your teeth.
Do you have tooth problems?
Very much so, very badly. That's why I'm really kind of not happy with what you said, because my teeth are in bad condition.
Okay.
I've neglected them.
Yeah, but you still got them, right?
I'm missing 2 or 3 on this side, and over here,
Okay.
another 1 or 2, because I told them to pull them because I wasn't going to have them digging in my
Okay.
body. I said, just take them.
Okay.
So it's hard to chew.
Well, listen, there's definitely other
On
strategies.
both sides, I have fillings that fell out, big holes that are trying to rot away. So I'm in a lot of breakage, that kind of stuff.
Well, before they rot away, let's talk about what we can do to stop them rotting away.
Oil pulling.
Coconut oil.
Yeah, that's great. I've got a big eclectic post. We should really go there because it's at the forefront, and I can't believe it's finally come together. This is huge. Like, this will really help you. It's got oil pulling on the post, but it's got much more. Let's have a look.
Great.
This one again is
All the help I can get.
on Amalgamam page, I think. Let's have a look. Should be here. See, if it's amalgamative, I've usually put it on this page. Yeah. So let's not go into that. You know, just the rubbing of the banana is helpful. Besides the magnesium, manganese, and potassium. Got oil pulling. One other thing you can do here is this Gonaderma toothpaste that I've had for a couple of years. It's called ganozhi. And what it is Gonaderma mangandungi mushroom. And Gonaderma is a very, very healing range of mushrooms. They're a tree mushroom. All tree mushroom.
Can you copy and paste it there for me?
Yep. All tree mushrooms.
Not that I won't go there, but...
All tree mushrooms are very healing. They're all medicinal. The tree mushrooms are medicinal, all of them. Unless they glow in the dark. No, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, because you want to avoid them.
Yeah.
So, there's a few things there. We won't go into that part of it. Look, there's a lot of links there. Here's this tooth tincture that I found. If you can walk into Happy High Herbs, they might have something like this there too, because a local girl makes it, so I don't know if you'll have this exact product. I actually have myrrh oil by itself as well, and this is super powerful, and it's like oregano oil. It's hectic, so you could replace that with oregano oil if you wanted to, but it'll be different, because they're a different plant. But they're very similar, and it's like in strength. It's crazy strong. And I just have like that by itself, and I also have this tooth tincture, which I haven't used for a while because I've been using, I always use different strategies. I'm on the myrrh oil at the moment. I'm oil pulling a bit more at the moment. I've got black whitener, which we can go through, but it's in my videos. I'd rather you look through the video actually. So the Gonaderma, you put on your teeth, you put on your gums after it all, and you can leave mushrooms on your gums, and that's how you can heal your gums, okay? And oils also heal your gums, so this tincture is very good for that too. So let's just, can you read that? I'll read it for you. Organic coconut oil is in this tincture, black sesame, mentha pip, spearmint, natural vitamin B oil, turmeric oil, clove oil, that's a good one, lemon myrtle oil, now that one's a very anti-fungal oil, I like lemon myrtle, grapefruit oil, it's probably grapeseed oil, I don't know, immortelle, which I don't know anything about actually, myrrh oil, and cinnamon oil. Now that's just one little, someone's made, you know, one little brand, one little tooth tincture. So there's two strategies for helping your gums, definitely the oils and definitely the mushrooms left on your gums. And make sure you find the right product, like that ganozhi is pretty good.
Yeah, okay, so the mushrooms, you say mushrooms, but you meaning that mushroom toothpaste or both? Actual mushrooms?
There will be other products. Not just every mushroom, but generally, yeah, mycelium. Generally, yeah, mushrooms. Because what they do is they reconnect tissue.
I had mushrooms tonight for dinner, by the way. I never answered you.
Oh, really? Okay, what type of mushrooms did you have?
They were just, I had some portobello, but they were just the regular, but they were, you know.
You know what I think? I can't remember, but I think they might be the bad estrogen removing mushrooms, which is great if you're eating them. I can't remember for sure, but they might be the mushrooms that they stop aromatization, which is one of the major causes of aging. And what that is your adrenaline, your progesterone, your androgens, the stuff that keeps you like alive-ish, turning to bad estrogens. And the bad estrogens make you real grumpy, bad hormone, it's menopausy, stuff like that. Okay, so that's called aromatization. The best
Are you
thing,
talking about the Portobello or the
and the best thing apparently for removing bad estrogens, not stopping the aromatization, but removing the bad estrogens is, I think it's that mushroom, or I put it in my hormone video. We could just quickly look at it, but it's the common mushroom, the one on the pizza. So if that's that one,
Okay.
then it's that. So it's on my hormone video. If you watch the hormone video, that's going to be very beneficial to you and your age, being a woman of your age. And I mean, I watched it and it's great for me. But passion flower stops aromatization.
I heard about passion fruit.
Passion
flowers.
No.
Flowers.
Yeah, so passion flower is a different thing, and passion flower stops deep-seated contractions or habits. So but it's really it specifically targets aromatization really well. So that's a good one for a woman your age. And watch the hormone video. There's a huge list. I recommend David Wolf's video, Hormones, the Natural Approach, but you can also see my video, because I covered his video a bit. So, let's get back into the teeth thing. So it's just a little list here I've been creating of gum helpers. So neem, rose otto oil, coconut charcoal, turmeric and cinnamon, and licorice actually are in my thing called black whitener. And it's a little mineral mix. I actually mix this with the ganozhi. I mix it with the ganozhi, or I mix it with the coconut oil. So it's an adding in, and I'm adding the minerals back to my mouth. Not only am I then detoxing it, not only am I alkalizing it, but I'm really adding the minerals in their best form back to my mouth. Like literally to the gum, because cinnamon, turmeric, coconut charcoal, and licorice is not so much the mineral thing, but those things there. And it also has pearl calcium in it, I think, or coral calcium in my
I
back.
was just reading it when he said it.
Okay,
Both
anyways,
of them, actually.
so oregano oil, obviously, sea buckthorn berry, mastic, cardamom, clove, Gonaderma, which we discussed, coral calcium, pearl calcium, peppermint clay, bentonite clay.
I have bentonite.
Yep, so for
I have
the...
sodium bentonite.
Sodium bentonite.
Okay.
Because the other one you can't ingest. This one, sodium bentonite.
So just clay, bentonite clay, even if you picked it up off the ground, would help your gums.
Yes, okay.
So, and red, red clay, that's like a cosmic frequency integrator, by the way, and that will stop core shakes probably like nothing else. That in conjunction with dopamine would be so helpful, and to so many people, especially coffee drinkers, by the way, who are around your age and older, that I've seen. Don't want to name names, but the red clay is very interesting. I might not put it on my gums as much, but I thought it's a good thing to quickly explain, because it's a cosmic frequency integrator, and it stops it makes those shakes happen, which is the mental crap leaving your body. And what is that mental crap? It's frequency control. That's why I just called it pain. I lumped it in there so I could keep talking, but it's frequency control. That's what happened to you that day. Frequencies left, and so you could.
It was for almost 2 weeks straight.
Well, however long, but that's what was happening.
Yeah.
It definitely was an integration for sure. I definitely think it was. I don't think it was just some very pragmatic thing. I definitely, in this circumstance, would go with the so-called airy-fairy side, because I definitely, and I don't think it's airy-fairy, but some people call it that. I definitely would say that was part of what was happening to you. And the red clay, what you do with that is you hold your breath and you put it in your bath and you go into it, hold your breath as long as you can, push out the eye, push out your third eye, just as if you were grounding. When I ground, I push out everywhere. I'm pushing out the efferent nervous system, so I shouldn't have said that. But under the water with the red clay, pushing out your eye specifically, and your efferent nervous system as well. It's kind of like grounding while you're not even grounding on the earth, the red clay in the bath. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. And I started shaking and stuff in the bath, and I had a huge experience with it, so I've got to talk about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'm meant to take that with me. Tell everyone. Let's keep going. Frankincense with bicarb soda and apple cider vinegar. And it foams up.
So
and
the three of them together.
Yeah, and that's foaming up, and it really removes the plaque. So frankincense, bicarb, and apple cider vinegar. Just visit this page. It's the Amalgamated Maximum Novelty Health page. So I'm not going to remove this. Now, cod liver oil again comes up. Not just because it's a high ORP, way beyond oranges and so on, oxidative reduction potential. Cod liver oil because it has the vitamin K2, good for the bones as well, good for the teeth, hence. And the D3, which we get from the sun, remember, but in cod liver oil it's there in a really good form, really absorbable, and just that's a really good form of it, which reverses cavities, apparently. So there you go, and that's from...
You're talking pulling with it again, right?
Yeah. And eating it. Yeah, ingest it too, though, because you've got to absorb it.
Okay.
Yeah. So your body can use it.
When you do pull, okay.
So this is...
It pulls from the body.
Yeah, but so what did we talk about? So what did we talk about before? We talked about stripping or detoxing and building. So in order to use this in the best manner, you want to do stripping and building. So you would strip via the oil pulling. You could use this for oil pulling, yes. But but for the building factor, you would ingest it. So your body can, molecularize it and do what it does.
I do that with coconut.
So that's going to but coconut oil is not going to rebuild your tooth like ingesting cod liver, okay?
Right.
So this is a rebuilding tool.
Wow.
So, your teeth are even connected to your cerebrospinal fluid. It goes very deep, your meridians, your nervous system. How's that? Even to your cerebrospinal fluid. Flaxseed oil. It can also stop against Lyme disease, which have been found in some people's root canals. So that's another one, flaxseed oil, or just flaxseed. Start eating that a bit. Not too much, but just a bit.
I have flaxseed,
Cool.
Yes.
Salt rinse brine, just after you eat, instead of brushing your teeth, because it's not always a comfortable feeling to brush your teeth straight after you eat, right?
Right.
It's just not fun. Sometimes you got to really reward yourself when you're eating and doing good. You can't just go around being too stiff about it, because you don't end up. I don't know. It does something to you. It's not the best.
Whenever I can, I just will at least rinse it out purified water after I eat.
So the salt rinse brine,
Yeah.
Obviously a tongue scraper, which I haven't got yet, and I can't wait to get one of those. But the cheaper version, just the spoon upside down.
Yeah.
And it is quite important. You'll see a lot of gunk come off. Now, this no one else in the world's telling you, except some people are out there saying that biofilm, people with healthy teeth have a healthy biofilm, again, the good bacteria, because we're not made of just bad bacteria, otherwise we wouldn't be here. So I recommend, as your final biofilm step, even after the mushroom, or brushing, oiling, etc., then you put up, you could do this and then oil, but I still prefer this last, actually. I still recommend this last, and I've noticed it actually cleans, which is weird. Biodynamic as the flavor, so it's a sugarless yogurt. I use Jalna, and I really think that Jalna biodynamic as the flavor, so it's not the vanilla flavor, it's not caramel flavor, it's biodynamic flavor, which is no flavor. It's not a flavor, it's an energetic flavor, by the way. Why? Let's go into this. I think this is important. Why? What the hell? What the heaven? Why is this Why is biodynamic the flavour? Well, and why is it an energy flavour? Because Rudolf Steiner created biodynamics, which is not just creating good soil cheese. Soil cheese is the best soil you can get, and it's like cheesy. It's all stuck together, it's all living and stuff, because it's got the enzymes and everything's going on. So it's not just good soil cheese that biodynamics is creating. Biodynamics, true biodynamics, is about inserting frequencies into the food.
Yeah.
He was a genius. I don't know if you know Rudolf Steiner, but he was definitely one of the geniuses.
Yeah.
Well, Rudolf Steiner grew up in Germany, and you can just see that grey environment made him see all the other colours, all the other frequencies, and I reckon that's what was going on with him in the universe, and he created biodynamic gardening amongst all of his philosophies. He's a great philosopher. Biodynamics is inserting certain energies into food. So I really think the Jalna with the pot set yogurt has done a great job of the biodynamic process. Perhaps it could be better, I don't know, because I haven't experienced it, but it's great. However it is, they've done a good job. So Jalna biodynamic yogurt is what I recommend. And just when you're brushing, you no need to brush like crazy from the top of the gums so you don't rip your gums and stuff, you know. And lastly, don't forget that your mouth does maintain itself slightly alkaline, unlike your stomach, which is slightly acidic. And the only reason I actually take coffee every month or so, or every 2 months, is to keep my stomach acidic. Like there's a coffee drink and it's cold pressed. It'll only be cold pressed sometimes when it's someone's house. I'll have maybe some honey with the coffee or some brown coconut sugar. By the way, is the most sustainable sugar in the world. Much more sustainable than cane sugar.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So coconut sugar is really good to put with your coffee.
That's what we have in this house.
Oh, really? Coconut sugar?
Yep, I have that, as well as the manuka and the regular organic honey. Yeah.
Nice.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Beauty.
It's great. Stevia is my last resort.
Hey, stevia is not just a sweetener, by the way. It actually stops Lyme. It inhibits Lyme disease. On greenmed.info.
Really?
I think that's the website. greenmedinfo.com. On greenmedinfo.com, they've got 40 uses for flaxseed, and they also go into that. So, yeah, and stevia. So it's very interesting.
Wow. Yeah, you know that was manufactured in the lab as well, don't you?
What's that?
And released limes.
Really?
It was released.
I don't know.
Wonderfully. Yeah. And they released it in Connecticut in a town called Lyme.
Really?
Yes. Just read that yesterday. A lot of the stuff we're talking about, I just read yesterday, hitting a few markers along the way.
That's because I have a huge synchronicity. And I call it, anyone who I'm truly connected with in this life walks in synchronicity, the heaven of earth with me. Synchronicity.
Yeah, I felt that. I mentioned that earlier.
It's our city.
I read that last night. Isn't that crazy? And, well, HIV is as well.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the HIV thing as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I think every disease was. Just about. There's some things that occur naturally, but
yeah, some must, because our environment's not just good bacteria, and it's not just bad. So it's not all.
But the balance is supposed to be there.
Yeah, but it's not just all created in a laboratory. So I'm careful when I discover something like.
I realize that.
I like something Einstein said. Einstein said, I'm going to stuff up and paraphrase. I can't remember the actual quote. He said something along the lines of, a great mystery requires like a great explanation. So if there's like a big claim, like if you put forth a big claim, you need to really explain it, sort of thing. You can't just say, oh, well, it was the aliens. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like you can't, yeah. So
I
just,
understand.
that's another
And no,
axe.
it's not all of them. I don't believe all of them, but a
That's-
lot of them are. A lot of the huge ones that make lots and lots of change for the
Yeah.
environment. That's what it's all about.
I've read about it myself.
Okay, I'm done.
I've read it about it myself too, but that's
It's
just
the
one.
truth that the people need to know and realize that it's true, that it's not just people.
Well, what's the Zika virus? The same time that a mandatory vaccine comes out for women in Brazil, the Zika virus it's been alive for 60 years, and suddenly that one's on the horizon. Because Ebola didn't scare us enough.
It's ridiculous. Vaccinations are toxic.
Yeah.
The stuff that they're putting in them, they could do well if they'd stop putting all these toxins in them. It's just a vicious circle. The thing with all of this is, you go through phases, you find out the truth, you get upset, you feel the emotion, we're human, but you have to let it flow through you
Yeah.
and let it go, and get on with your work, with light,
That's what I reckon.
the light. You know? But you once you know the truth, you have to do something with that. You have to change your life.
Yeah.
Your life changes automatically. Well, excuse me. It changes, and that's why there's so many people in denial. They just got their head under the rug in the sand. They want it to stay that way because they don't want to know anything to upset their little comfortable lifestyle. Well, you know what? Good for you.
I agree.
And I try. I really do try. And I'm done. If it's not, if there's not a receptiveness, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, because that receptiveness, you notice, we've termed that cognitive dissonance, and I actually have always felt myself hitting people's brain barriers, I called it, before I found out the word cognitive dissonance. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, absolutely, that is it. But it's changed my life. A few experiences, then the truth, and boom, complete awakening. Eyes wide open.
Eye wide open.
Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be nice. Yeah, my pineal gland, and let's get this show on the road.
Well,
I can't,
you said,
I don't go anywhere.
that's one thing we missed. When we were talking about hormone secretion and sleep, you mentioned melatonin, and I thought I forgot to go back and revisit it, because that
Hold
one's...
on 1 second, I have to let my cat in. Keep talking.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
You alright?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting you mentioned melatonin, because, that helps with REM sleep.
I heard it gives you nightmares, too.
Well, that's what REM sleep is, the visuals. REM sleep is so a nightmare is like when you're coming out and stuff. When you dream, you're like coming out and that. So REM sleep is like the edge of sleep, and hypnagogic sort of state takes you into REM. And hypnopompic is waking back up. So both when you're coming hypnopompic and hypnagogic, you hit REM, and it's like the first stage of sleep. It's that layer, and somehow it prepares your body for interdimensional travel.
I wanted to ask you something. Because I keep forgetting. I don't want to forget. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Have you ever had awake paralysis?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about sleep paralysis.
Yep.
Have you ever been attacked by a dark entity?
Yes. Twice.
Yes, it's happened to me like three times this past 6 months. It's really freaking scary if you don't know what to do. I've been told what to do, so I know what to do.
No, tell me.
It's your power of thought. They can hear your thoughts. You know that.
Yep.
You just say, I stand in love. stand in love and light, you need to leave. That's all you think about. And they
Yeah, it works. No, you're right. It
It's
works.
toxic to them. Love is toxic.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's what I was going to say. It's like they can't handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to leave, but it's really freaking scary. You can't move, you can't talk, you can't speak, and you cannot move.
I remember.
You feel the coldness coming, and I know it's going to hit me, and I'm like, shit, before I can get the word shit out,
I know. It's hectic, isn't it? I couldn't believe this was real. I couldn't believe it was happening to me. I said, oh my God, all the crazy people are not crazy.
Yeah. The first time it happened to me this year, I'm like, I must be doing something right, because why would they bother? You know, they don't mess with people unless they're doing, like, you're on a whole nother level than I am. I'm like I'm like one little grain of sand, and you're like half the beach down the way. And I'm like, what impact am I making? Why are they messing with me? But I must be doing something, because they zeroed in on me big time. And I'm like, yeah, you leave. Of course, you can't say it. You have to think it really hard.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
It works.
It is frightening. Yeah.
Interesting.
If they're not crazy, not bad.
Not bad.
No, it's most interesting, those type of phenomena. Most interesting.
Isn't it?
So I had a reptilian encounter. Mine was a reptilian encounter, and the other one was
So you had a
greys.
physicality one, or was it
Listen,
like
the way this happens is that it's astral, because the fourth dimensionality, which is analogized to the astral dimension, which is the fourth dimension of tangential energy, and that's where really we're controlled fear-wise by daily elitism, by the system, let's just say. You'll go to jail if this. That's part of that.
They can't do that to me anymore.
No, I'm just saying, like, just that was one bad example. It was a bad example.
Okay.
It was a bad example, but generally the astral plane has been, or dimension rather, has been analogized to be that area where these things come in and is the fourth dimension, as analogized as the fourth dimension. So what happened to me was I was in my cabin in 2014. Don't know if it was nighttime or it was daytime, because it was very dark. And you mentioned about artificial light before and getting to sleep. Definitely have no lights on in my house. Whenever I was I'd have nothing on. I'd have the TV on at that place because they had a TV for me there. I'd just have it there as my light, so I didn't have to have anything else on. No other light in the house, and that's in the kitchen. I'm in my bedroom and stuff half the time. I'm not watching it. And I would watch like the news and stuff and see terror every day, just to keep up with some world events while I was out in the mountain there.
Gotcha.
I'm not definitely don't recommend TV. Anyway, so artificial lighting takes lutein out of your eyes, and that's the yellow pigment under chlorophyll of plants, and when a plant's leaf rots, it goes from green to yellow. That's the lutein underneath. And that's actually, we need quite a large 5,000 milligrams a day dose for optimal eye health. Not just vitamin A and beta-carotenes, or carotenoids. So lutein, very important for the eyes.
Lutein.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Does that come in with algae or?
Pardon?
You said it's in with chlorophyll?
It's in leaves. It's just in all leaves.
You want to go out in the back and start chewing on leaves?
No, anything, kale, all of
I'm
it.
making a joke. I'm sorry.
No, like any leaf, like, so, I don't know if it's in lettuce so much. Here's what I was told. I was told to go for some reason, the absorbability of sweet potato leaf, for me, it might not be good for everyone, but my guides showed me sweet potato leaf. I think because it's a thick leaf.
Wow.
Anyway,
Okay.
now, not necessarily, and also papaya carica leaf, because that one I noticed turns very yellow for quite a while when it's dying, so that's what you're looking for. A lot of lutein, obviously, so that's what you're looking at a plant for. Just notice it from now on. If it stays yellow for a while, it's got a lot of lutein in there.
Okay.
So papaya carica leaves and sweet potato leaves so far are what I'm targeting for that, if I can ever get them. So
That was another. I was wondering.
Now, back to what we were talking about, this astral experience I had was very interesting because I don't know if it was the day or the night, because I always had my room so dark. Like I said, I just would avoid all the light. It keeps me. It's great. I hate too much light. I surf a lot. I'm a surfer, and that's different. Vitamin D from the sun and all that. But artificial light and just the light, like you can see behind me now, the light coming in. It feels better when you go like that. Like it's just better for your eyes. Because it's like blinding. I don't know if it was the night time or the daytime, but what happened was it appeared on the corner of my room. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was like, it was, yeah. See, this always happens in the hypnagogic state. Now, hypnagogia is on the way into sleep. Hypnopomptic's coming out. So you
weren't quite asleep, yeah.
No, that's right. And so you're there, you're feeling it, you're about to go into that energy and you're blah. And so I'm on that edge there of that energy field, the grab line, I don't know. I'm on the edge of that energy field, and so it appeared like in the doorway, and I'm lying on my bed. This all happens pretty quickly, but it wasn't a split second, it was seconds, so it was definitely memorable, and I'm quite discerning. I'm not your average airhead. And I went, oh my God, straight away I knew what was happening, because I'd read about it. I'd read that others, I thought, they're all crazy, you know, in previous years when I did all my alien research and stuff. So, what was interesting was, it was there. I was like, oh my God, I've got to get up and go touch it. This is Benjamin Kallenberg, the Syrian rebel for you. I just don't give an F. There is no fear against an astral entity.
No, exactly. That's the way we have to live.
But it's inherent in me, is what I'm saying. Yeah. It's so inherent that I wanted to go, I want to touch. I'm like a little angel cherub. I'm like, I want to know. And so I've always wanted to touch an alien. If it's real, I want to know if it's real. Right? Along these lines, that's how I'm inquisitive as. And I'm very inquisitive. So I was like, I'll get up and touch it. Go talk to it. Hug it if you can. I was just like, just see what you can do. And I couldn't move. And like, it wasn't even like you could go like that. It was like you could barely budge yourself.
You were paralyzed.
And that scared me. And I went, you know, yeah. And then I'm lying there and it's there. And it came rushing over and went through my light body.
Bastard.
So it was like a probe. And my only other experience of this paralytic state was grey aliens, and it was also a probing event. And it was and now I reckon what probing actually is that the energy going through. It's not like they shove a thing up your ass, because it was the energy, and my ass was sore after the grey alien one.
No, you are joking?
I'm not joking. Really? This happened in 2008. And it was not sore, but like slightly energy sore. It's like when you people who understand energy work should understand. And it's not. I didn't get probed with a physical thing, and this happens in hypnagogic state. Now the reptilian thingy, that was different. It was scarier. Fuck, they've got some dark energy. Those reptilians. They're really.
They do. They do. But
they're not as inquisitive as the greys. They seem more like they want to hurt you and shit, eh?
Well, greys are soulless. They're created.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah.
I think they might even be created in 10,000 years from now as a split off from us on Mars. I'll say it right here now. That's from Benjamin Kallenberg.
Cosmically wild. Yeah.
Straight from the horse's mouth. I'm saying grey aliens 10,000 years from now. Now, all these, what are all these experiences then? Well, they're future identities re-entering timelines. I don't think they actually exist as a physical alien right now from Zenebel Canusi in a 1,000-ton beryllium ship. That's my opinion. Now, that doesn't land on people very good. And But this is how I think reality is. It's stranger than we can even suppose. And
You have to
time,
be awake to even begin to be receptive
suppose this,
to
yeah.
any of that. And
Yeah.
then it takes years to get to the point where you even understand what somebody's talking about. Now, you've got your secret space program. That's a part of this mass disclosure that we're pushing for. There are millions of humans on Mars. They've been colonized.
I've heard this. Now listen, I'm not against any of this. However, I also don't say, hey, that's how it is 100%. Because I'm
No,
not...
I realize that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And so what I'm doing is keeping an open mind, and I think that's the best way to be.
This information is that I'm saying came from someone who was there.
Yeah, I know, Andrew B. Bizarre, all those Eisenhower, and I've read all the stuff.
No, he seems pretty something. He's really something. Can you tap into the Akash?
Yeah,
Do you read the Akashic records? Yeah.
that's what I do.
My son can do that, like just like that. When he went into spirituality, when he woke up, he was so connected that it scared him.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't actually say that.
I've had that a lot.
He did. Huh?
I've had that a lot. I've been scared heaps.
Yeah, it scared the bejeebies out of him, you know, and he can tap into the Akash. He said, but he just totally went the other way. He got away from spiritualism and it's absolutely heartbreaking,
Oh,
actually.
really?
He's still spiritual, but he can do so much more, and he's gotten drawn into all this 3D drama. Even though he knows where its place is, he could do so much more, and it's just frustrating. You know?
Everyone
Yeah,
has
he
a-
can be the Akash like it's a
Yeah,
crime.
everyone has a different path, obviously, you know?
Yeah. Well, addiction is a very shitty one, I have to tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And so to break addiction, I think the passion flower is like one of our main number one tools.
Yeah.
Because and you know John of God?
No.
He scrapes people's eyeballs for parasites. He's a crazy hero out of, I think, South America or something. But he actually he uses passion flower as well. And I just know from my own experience, what happened was, before I started even eating like how I eat now, which is just like as good as I can possibly eat, when I go anywhere, any shop, any town, I'm locating only the best foods. I don't want any filler. I'm going straight for the best stuff that I can see on the shelf, in someone's garden, wherever. I'm going for the best stuff straight away. The other stuff, Herb 1050 comes later.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? Like, and so, what were we talking about again?
Dragon flower?
Oh, yeah, passion flower, yeah. So what happened for me was, before I even am doing what I'm doing now with myself, this sort of thing, neem toothpicks, I don't know, just all the stuff I'm doing for myself now, which is like really epitome now. I'm really doing amalgamative eating, and like, this isn't just a toothpick, it's got all that stuff going on.
Exactly.
That's amalgamative. So that's how I'm eating now, like, it's like a super toothpick, super foods, you know, etc. So before I was even really like that, one of the first transitions for me was tea. One of the first teas was passion flower. Now we all know I'm very guided. Me, you, many of my friends, we know I'm very, very guided. I ride the concrescence. I rode it to the Eschaton, and I believe I still ride concrescence now. Concrescence, do you know what concrescence, the word, means? Well,
I think I know what you mean.
Okay, concrescence is just something that's more complex than the medium around it.
Okay.
This is more complex than a normal toothpick. So it's a concressive sort of tooth. It's a bad example. A good example is a human
I understand what you mean.
a human walking through the forest is a concrescence. We're way more complex than the media.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I eat now. Like concressive food, amalgamated food. Yeah. Anyway, so one of the first things was passion flower tea. So I mean, I know it's part of my journey to tell people that, and I'm telling you, the way it made me feel was like it picked up some sort of not chi flow, nothing to do with that, some kind of flow of some kind of flow. That's all I can say right now, and it makes sense because it's known to stop deep-seated contraction. So it's an energy, right? Like when you have an addiction, it's a deep-seated contraction. And you need to pop out of that, and it started me flowing again in that manner, however that manner is in that manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, like, it's really a powerful tool. It's not a joke. It's not like, oh, a passion flower, that sounds a bit maybe, if but or maybe. No, it really works, and it really does it. It loosens it up. I don't know how it's doing it, but I think it's the energy maybe of the plant spirit. I don't know.
Is that something you stay with on a regular basis, or
Yep.
you just was that? Yeah.
I have a big tea bag. I don't ever take teas in little packets from India or someplace. I don't buy any packaged teas. I actually go to the health shop where they have it in jars, and I load it in my bag, even though the lady said, you should be targeting more. Take that tea or that tea. And I said, no, I'll do it this way, thanks. And, and I throw it all together.
I'm sure you know more than she does.
Maybe, but she knows what she's doing, but anyway, I do my own thing. But,
Yes.
so I mix it with hibiscus, because all these teas taste terrible, like olive leaf tea
This
doesn't...
is nice.
Olive leaf tea doesn't taste too good. Passion flower's alright. Lemon myrtle, it's lemon myrtle. It's got this weird, like, drying almost effect and all this stuff. When I mix all this stuff together, valerian root tastes like, and valerian root's antispasmodic, very relaxing.
I've read up on that before.
Definitely start taking that for you. You'd probably like it. Try it. Valerian root, and now that tastes like dirty socks. So I put all these things together. I have like 20 teas. It's in a bag. Actually, it's in a shopping bag, which is not good, because I put it in a shopping bag, which is oil and stuff. But I've got it in tins. I've got it in different things. Anyway, but in my video, I showed it in a shopping bag in case anyone is looking. So what I do with all this is mix it. I have horsetail for mineralization and the silica. Love the horsetail tea, very mineral, but the silica. And that was before I was drinking the silica now, the orgono. So I have it all in a bag, and it tastes kind of funky. So I add in the magic ingredient, hibiscus, because it sweetens it. It's a diuretic itself. It's cardiovascular treatment. So it's not just a pretty face in the mix, it's good as well. Yeah. So that's just what I do for tea, and hibiscus and passion flower together, whoa, it tastes good.
Sounds it.
Yeah, like it actually tastes good, and it's really healthy, so.
Wow.
Do you drink coconut water?
I keep buying it, and I just don't drink it. I stick with the regular distilled water or
Really?
mineralized water.
Good. What do you do? Have you heard Himalaya Soleil?
Soleil?
Yeah.
No.
So what Soleil is, I know all about Himalaya salt, 82 trace minerals, etc. Sea salts are also good, and they're different, and they've got some kind of different alchemical energy. They also, salt is, remember I said, before any food, it's water and salt. After grounding and air and your air element and stuff. But salt, very important. We're basically an upright walking column of salt water. And salt's so important because it seems to retain hydration. I went, what? Salt's like the opposite of hydration, isn't it? And I thought, no, and I tested it. No, definitely true. Definitely true. Salt retains hydration in water. It's really weird.
Yes, it does.
So this has the best balance of natural electrolytes, sodium, salt, and potassium.
Okay.
So
All
and
right, then
that's I love it.
I guess I'm gonna
Go ahead.
I'm just saying my love affair with it.
No, I know. Well, I actually haven't even brought it to my mouth to try it.
So
I still have some in the pantry,
So my friend calls it dirty root water because he doesn't like it, and another girl who I was talking to at a service station, she said it upsets her stomach. But that's yeah, but it's a
it depends on how your diet is already.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a tonic.
If you first introduce something, you tend to get.
It's a tonic, so it's cleaning it out. So if you get that effect, it's only again a pain leaving the body, and a good
I know
thing.
that all too well, Darwin.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
So it's a tonic. So it's something you can take every day. What was I going to say again? Himalaya Soleil. So I get mine from, where did I get mine? The health shop, I think. Yeah, I think it wasn't Happy High Herbs, it was the health shop. So just look at your local health shop for Himalaya Soleil. And what that is, you get a little jar, like 500ml jar it comes in. You might get a big one, I don't know, in your shop. And it's a crystal, it's like these crystal chunks about this big. Everyone who's looking at home, the crystal chunks are like that big, and so you'll notice Himalaya salts little bits of salt. So what it is it's a deeper strata layer, so it's more compacted, it's from a deeper strata layer, and that's actually a more crystallized form. Golden crystal age, crystal. Again that correlation. So it's I think an important thing, and that one is for...
What do you do with these huge chunks?
Yeah, and so what happens is, every time you put water, you fill up the little thing, about 30% dissolves. Only 30%. Only 30% will dissolve. You take a teaspoon every day, it's hardcore. Put it with your smoothie, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really hardcore. You'll be like, oh, geez. It's like worse than apple cider vinegar. Yeah, it's fierce. It's fierce. And so what that's for is charge. What's charge got to do with anything? Well, it's how your cells are going to be able to communicate better. You're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so... And it's not like positive charge, it's like an electrical charge. It's so that you have more communication for your cells and you feel more charged, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
that's something to think. I knew the extreme healthy worthiness for our body up from Himalayan salt itself, pink Himalayan salt. But I never heard of the Soleil and doing that. But that sounds like excellent.
So why that's so good is because it lasts like a year. It lasts a long time anyway, months and months, unless you take a lot, but add a teaspoon. I mean, it lasted me like a year, I remember. I haven't got one at the moment, but I did that in 2014 at that place, and I had it the whole time, and I was there for a year. And only at the end...
It really helped you?
It really helped.
Yeah, definitely. And the charge thing's amazing. You see, what you probably want to do with it is add it in your smoothie, because then it brings life back to it and charge. Now, each time you fill that thing with water, only 30% dissolves, so you take it down, you have it all, and you fill it back up with water. And again, 30%, and I think you do it about 3 times from what I remember. So, I mean, it goes a long way. Yeah. And it was like $7, and it was like $7, by the way. So for $7, this little jar lasted me like a year, and that was me. You might do it in 6 months, but still $7.
That's awesome.
You're right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Very interesting.
There was a remedy for migraines. My husband couldn't remember the ratio, but it was straight up pink Himalayan salt, which I had everything here.
Yeah.
Real lemon juice. And I couldn't remember the third ingredient. But I was in so much pain I couldn't even walk or move or talk. So he was trying to put the seed. He didn't do it right, and I still drank the darn thing, and I just almost lost it. Did you happen to hear of that?
I have heard the Himalaya salt thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up again. Make sure I
Even
have it written down.
you know those stones? How you get those stones with lamps? Himalayan lamps?
Yeah, I have them. They're all over my house.
Well, apparently they're said to help. So does that help? Tell everyone, does it help? No.
It doesn't do a damn thing for my migraines.
Okay,
I help people with their, it's supposed to help a lot with sinus,
Yeah, okay.
allergies,
Yes, no?
things like that. I've never really had allergies that I know of.
Okay.
So I can't really answer that. I just did it because it was an overall good health for my family.
Yeah.
So I got like 2 or 3 in the same room, and then 1 in each bedroom.
I definitely do feel the effect though. Now,
You're really sensitive
yeah,
to
but I wouldn't say, and I still wouldn't say that. And some of these homeopathic cures are often like this. They're a bit dodgy. They're a bit weak. They don't go for everyone. So you just try them. The reason we try these homeopathic remedies is just in case they do work, because they're the natural way. So we don't stuff insane pharmaceuticals in ourselves. Right?
Exactly, and that's the only thing that helps me.
But now, what I think is happening with your migraines might be estrogen related.
Yeah, but I've had them since I was 10.
Yeah, okay, well then it's not that.
It's been a horrific ride of my life.
I don't know.
It's really taken the quality of my life down.
What else could it be?
I don't know. I had all those darn freaking scans in my brain to see if I had a tumor and everything, all sorts of crazy stuff. The dyes they put in me, of course that's years ago when I was just a teenager. I went through all of that because they were so bad. Really, not just a flashing light and it's too loud and I need to go lay down. No, I mean total non-functional. It's serious pain. Inside of your head, you feel like you're going to go mad. You can't even talk.
Do you do much breathing techniques?
I breathe now that I've embraced my spirituality. I do breathing. When I've got a headache and that much pain, I can't think straight. I don't think about breathing. I don't think about anything. I just think about having that pain go away. But I could try that.
Yeah, but
I haven't thought of that.
I understand that it would be very painful, and I have not experienced massive migraines, and I understand because I've seen some videos on it and stuff. But I do think that the breathing would help. Like, it's just intuitive, like, for me. Now, the right breathing as well, not just breathing, even though that itself might even help. But then there's, like, pranic breathing, which I made a video the other day, which is, which nostril? Yeah.
Is that when you were doing the mantra? I watched you.
Pran-yam-ha.
Yeah. I watched
So it's pran-yam on the way in, and then yam-ha. Or pranayama. I've just explained it in different words. Pranayama, which is really pranayama. But that one's a lighter breathing, and that does seem to go up to the head. So I thought maybe that one's like relevant.
I'd have to memorize it because when I'm like that, it's very difficult to relate, like you said.
And then
I'll start projectile vomiting. I can't stop. That's how bad the pain is. And when you vomit, your head hurts worse. It's just awful. Horrible pain. And then I had to go to injections because I couldn't take a pill because I was vomiting. So I had to take injections. No, that's a horrible way to live.
Have you Googled a lot on it?
I had researched for years. I've tried everything. I beat bananas. They say eat bananas, it'll go away. Do this. Drink salt water. Take everything. I've tried everything. It's kind of one of those strange kind of things. I was gifted with this blessing.
If anything ever comes my way, I'll send it your way. But can't really help right now. So.
I know, and my mother's never had a headache in her life. My grandmother never had a headache in her life. My sister, she doesn't get them either. She drinks like a freaking fish. Never had a headache. It's very odd. So it's not in the genetics. No. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It's a odd one.
You never know. Passion flower can do all these odd things. Like, it's really like a power tool. And
I'm interested in that.
Try valerian root. Try getting on the teas, like these real teas, not just have some green tea,
No. I know. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
What else was there? Was there something else?
I don't know.
No.
I don't even know what time it is.
It's been 3 hours and 24 minutes.
Well, I think you are done. You're toast, sir. You didn't even know if you'd make it an hour, never mind.
I know.
Over 3.
I had a bad sleep last night. Some little creatures in there. They're not fleas. They're not, what are they called? They're not scabies. I don't know what they are. Something's biting me.
Oh, gosh.
In my car.
My heart.
Oh, that's alright. I'll spray them again with lemon myrtle because it quailed them out for about a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Sprinkle diatomaceous earth around it.
Yeah,
That'll kill them really quick.
It's only if they land on it and stuff, that's how it works. It burns them.
Well, then cover yourself.
No. No.
Just sprinkle yourself.
No, because then you end up drying yourself out because it pulls water. Diatomaceous water pulls water. But,
Right.
no, the lemon myrtle was a really good attack for it. It seemed it worked, but I didn't get to clean everywhere in my car because I've got.
What does it look like? Do they look like?
I don't know.
Hard covered? They little?
No, I can't see them. They're so tiny that I can't see them. That's why I know they're not fleas, and I know.
No-see-ums?
No-see-ums?
Maybe they're no-see-ums?
I don't know what that is. So how do I type that?
I don't know. My husband calls them no-see-ums all the time. They're so small you can't see them.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, but there is a name. The name of them.
Maybe nematodes. It could be a type of nematode. I can't remember. Oh, I don't really.
Gee, that's not fun.
Yeah, I don't really care right now. I'm going to be out of the car soon and off to South America anyway.
I could talk for hours about all the stuff.
I only sleep.
I really want to send you some information, taking you down that event and all of these things, and where it's going to go and what it means, and how that's going to be, like I said, simultaneous with the reset, frontal reset. Make sure you have water.
Yeah.
Now, canned food is enough to scare the hell out of you, but have something for sustenance if you need to. If you have a bank, I don't know, some people opt not to, but they'll be shut down.
Yeah.
No, plastic will work. You'll need cash until it's completely switched over. Could take up to 2 weeks. No one knows if we'll have
It's crazy.
down electricity, so plan accordingly for that, because we're right on the cliff.
I'll be alright. I'm fine because I know how to food forage. I know I can eat clovers.
You're awesome.
Clovers, red clover's really good for women, breast enhancement, stuff with menopause as well, red clovers.
You're feeding me so much information, I have a problem with my memory, so I'm going to have to really...
Yeah, but this is all recorded.
Yeah, I know. Then I'm going to sit and listen for 3 hours constantly. I'm going to make notes next time.
Yeah.
I'll write it all down.
You got to write stuff down because I find when you write stuff down, it like goes through your being more.
Yeah, I understand.
It gets completely through your cognitive dissonance because you have to concentrate on the word writing it down, and so your cognitive dissonance doesn't have time to get in the way. It's really weird. Try it, yeah, so write stuff down more. That's why I like creating Conscious Zine, and I've got it all there for everyone, but like just because me doing it, me writing it and typing it, yeah.
Awesome.
Very helpful.
The other thing is people will panic and it'll be chaotic, so just make sure that you're safe during that period. People are nuts.
It's unbelievable. Let's look at Market Watch quickly. I've actually got it up.
When they can't use their plastic, they're going to start wigging, because there's too many people that are asleep, have no clue what's coming. You got to be really asleep to not know something's very, very wrong here. That's sad.
Gold's bottomed, back on its trend line. The gold's just shot up. It's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, worse. But they are still manipulating the market. So you can't even believe that. They do what they want to control that until they're all arrested. Now, all of this is going to transpire at the same time.
Basically,
one without doing the other, so they're all going to be arrested.
Yeah, but listen to me. These changes are not just going to be a flip into fantasy land and amazing land. It's going to last for 77 years from 2012. 77 years. I have to live through the entire bullshit. I've actually.
Yeah, but it'll be better.
So it's going according to the Christ number of 7 times the solar cycle, which is the 11-year cycle. That's where I got 77 years from. From the solar maximum, which was around 2012.
Interesting. Well.
So no, and this is important because you don't have the right attitude when you're sitting there going, yeah, it's all going to be finished next year. It's not going to be like that.
Oh no.
The RFID is.
The
The RFID might not even come till next year. It might not come this year. It might not come next year. It might come in 2025. But at 3% inflation, after 20, 30 years of 3% inflation, you've just eroded 50% of your kids' wealth. It's one drop at a time that they do this stuff. And I don't know about this whole spiel about, hey, after this we're going to be all sweet. No, it's going to be fucking chaos. There's going to be waves of people. Waves. And it's begun. It's not like it hasn't already begun. You know, there's mass rapes in Europe. You know, there's waves going out of Syria. And this, what I'm saying is it's not just going to be waves out of Syria or Turkey or something. We're talking like all countries. It's going to be hectic. There's no place in this world that's not going to be affected. Even the hermit up in the Himalaya mountains is going to be affected by this change. That's the point. Because it's Earth coming through us. And it's Earth. It's there.
She's been patient long enough. She needs to be healed.
Definitely.
She's in the process of healing now, but it's only just begun.
So I just want you to not think about like, oh, after this little crash, everything's going to be fine. Don't think like
I
that.
didn't mean it that way, but
Okay.
the way you said it, it just made me think of, the fear propaganda out
Yeah,
there, and
definitely.
it is very disturbing. It's very disturbing, all of it.
Oh, God.
But I just meant that it will be.
There going to be that shining aspect. Yeah, definitely there's going to be that. Because we're here, you know, the ratio is the golden light, and I can heal 1,000 million people I'm to integrate into the flow. 1 million people.
Well, heal me, baby.
I just was.
I mean, it's silly.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
You can do some frequency healing too.
I know. But I'm going to let you go. You need your rest.
Well,
Did you cover everything you wanted to cover with me?
I did. I'm glad. I'm just happy that you brought up some stuff that is going to help a lot of people. Like there was a few big things there, like arthritis, grounding, sleeping. They were huge, you know. They're huge things in people's lives.
Yeah. Well, maybe another day you can tell me about my past lives, what kind of goddess I was.
Yeah, so this thing can come through me, but, you know, it's not like, it doesn't take time, because, I mean, it takes time. For me, I don't just immediately, like I said, you have angelic nature, so that's a goddess type of thing. Now, Sophia is a goddess, it's not just Earth. Like, so, when someone says Sophia is Earth, I go, no. Sophia is a goddess of Earth, like Inanna is a goddess of Earth. It's not.
I thought once
these are different energies.
Created, she was Sophia. She accepted this.
Yeah, it's just that Sophia has that such a large energy of planet Earth. Inanna's a different, lower sort of energy than Sophia. Sophia is more of the angelic side of it, yeah. But you don't just say, it's just that I don't say it like that Earth is Sophia. Like that's, I differentiate a bit with it, so.
Yeah, I heard someone spit out that
I heard that too.
She doesn't like Gaia.
Oh really? Because there's apparently a new evolution, yeah, I heard that too, but I still say that.
I read it, I regurgitated it, but I don't know if it's true.
It's kind of true, because when you say it, you can feel, all you have to do is send the energy down and see what happens when it comes back. And when you say like Gaia to it, it's kind of like, eh. So, and this is because there's a new cosmic evolution, and I've forgotten the name, which is not good. I'm sure it'll come back to me. But
I think you can forgive yourself with all you're doing there, Ben, you know?
well, she'll tell me again. It'll work its way back to me because on Earth School, if the lesson, and this is a good thing. Let's end with this. In Earth School, the lesson repeats until it's learned.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
In Lakeshte, and I say in Lakeshte because it's
Salameka John Salmaja.
no, but you know how people say Namaste? I say in Lakeshte because it's a portmanteau. Because we're in post-history, we're in maximum novelty domain now. It's coincidentia positorum place and maximum
Oh, you're
novelty.
too deep for me, Ben. I can't.
Look into Terence McKenna's Time Wave Zero to
Oh,
understand that.
McKenna. God bless him. I wish he was here.
Oh,
He's here somewhere, but I wish he was here.
I know.
What a
Anyway,
guy, huh?
let's end with that, you know. In Earth School, the lesson repeats till it's learned.
Got it.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Thank
I love you,
I
brother.
love you, brother.
You take good care of yourself.
I'm sure more's going to come through me for you too in the next coming weeks. So
Wonderful.
enjoy your day, eh?
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Get some rest.
Enjoy.
Namaste.
Yes,
See ya.
namaste.